This episode of the podcast is brought to you by the amazing people over at Chop Chili Company. Guys, they are the original sponsor of this podcast, and I could not be happier to continue to be working with these guys. I get it. It's New Mexico. Everyone loves red, green, both. But this genuinely is my favorite brand of chili here in the state of New Mexico, and I love being able to partner up with these guys. They are absolutely phenomenal. Zane and the rest of the team at Chop Chili do an amazing job running that company, and they make an absolutely phenomenal product. And right now, they are running a very special promotional on their Instagram. Go check them out on Instagram. Go give them a follow. And as they post pictures with the hashtag Where's My Chili Challenge, if you can guess where in New Mexico that picture was taken, you can win not only free red or green chili, but also a free custom t-shirt directly from the company themselves. Again, go check them out on Instagram. Give them a follow. Check out their hashtag Where's My Chili Challenge. Win yourself some free chili. Win yourself some free shirts. They are also available in Smith's, Albertsons, Sprouts, and a ton of other grocery stores in the state of New Mexico, as well as El Paso, and they are expanding out to West Texas. Again, thank you so much to Zane and the rest of his amazing team over at Chop Chili. Back to the episode. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by the amazing people over at High Desert Relief, a premier herbal destination right here in the state of New Mexico. They have extremely well-trained and knowledgeable staff that are more than happy to help you find what you're looking for or try something that you maybe have never thought of before. They have 2 locations right here in Albuquerque and a 3rd in Santa Fe. All 3 will be listed in the description of this episode below. All 3 locations offering legendary products at absolutely legendary prices, including this awesome merch that they were so kind enough to give me. They can be found at all 3 of the locations. Again, big thank you to all the people over at HDR. Back to the episode. All right, cool. All right, put the camera on me. All right, can you boys hear me?
Yes, man.
Hear me in your headsets?
Yeah.
All right, we're live, boys.
Oh, wait,
Fuck is
I don't know
up.
if I can hear me, though. Can I hear me? Yeah, I think so. Can I turn the headset up a little?
Yeah, I'll turn up.
Let's see. Hello. Yeah, that's better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Oh, good, man. Good.
Let me get some of that.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
So describe this whiskey to me again.
So it's Blanton's, right? So, like, it became famous after Keanu Reeves' movie,
John Wick?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, like, you literally can't just go to a store and buy this shit. So, like, I broke this open just for this occasion.
Well, cheers.
Yes.
Cheers, boys. Good to see
Your
you.
mom?
Good to see you.
This one actually came from Paradise Liquors, but I got a couple more at home.
So
I
you
used to
can
find
get
them.
it at a store.
No, dude, this is 4 years ago.
Oh, shit, that one?
Yeah, this one's 4 years old. No, you can't just go to a store and buy it. You have to get lucky.
Yeah, most places don't let you
just
buy, or they only let you buy one bottle.
Oh, really?
If you find it.
So it's like Pappy?
It's made by Pappy.
Oh.
Well, I mean, the guy's name is not Pappy. It's just the same place.
It's from the same,
Yeah,
from the
dude,
same
that's
distillery.
dope. Oh, that's probably some good shit then.
Honestly, it's not the best.
Hey, you know what? Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna steal a quote from Robert Eisner when I offered him a Coors Light, and he's like, "You know what, man? Any port in a storm." So I'm happy to have it. Happy to have
Man,
it.
I need to see Eisner, dude. I got this new zoo material I'm working on, and he has his shit. But because I went to the zoo and I came up with some decent shit. But now I'm like, I don't want it to be like his. So Robert, we need to get together on that shit because either I'm gonna have to give you my shit or I'm gonna keep doing my shit. It's one or the other.
Oh, nobody steals jokes in this town.
Oh yeah,
that never happens. Okay, before we get any further in the podcast, everybody, we got Jake off screen, our producer tonight. Thank you, buddy, for being our producer.
yeah,
we got AJ and Cardo Mad. What's up, boys?
What's up? What camera am I looking at? This one right here?
Yeah. First time on the podcast.
Is it like wide angle? Can it see both of us? Because there's a lot.
It's the white. It's the widest. It's the widest angle.
I bet you it's still got somebody cut off. Oh, now we got light.
There we go. Now it looks good.
There you go.
All right.
Who's running this fucking show?
It is. All right. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, bro.
So I want to start off right from the beginning. I want to give AJ some flowers real quick. because he got his dick sucked by Buck on stage a little bit last night. Because Buck gave a whole speech about how good AJ is at putting shit together, and it's the truth. It's the truth, man. So,
Hell yeah.
AJ, if you could describe the block show last night, like what was it? What went down? What do we have coming up? Because I want to get this out in front because this is the shit right here.
It was windy as fuck.
Oh yeah,
That's what we'll start off with.
Here's why it was bad.
No, I'm just kidding.
No,
it was
the best weather.
It was awesome. Outdoor venue, so you can't ever fucking predict the weather. So, for what it was with the outdoor venue, it was awesome. We still had about 60 people in there. Everyone killed it. It was my first time doing outdoor venue like that. So, me and Jake were talking about it in the green room. You like have to see the laughs. You don't really hear them. Like it's not like a loud collective of laughs, you know. But it's just a dope new spot in Rio Rancho. It's like I'd say like Rio Rancho's Green Jeans, maybe. I guess you would call it
Yeah,
I
that.
think that's exactly what it is. But it's blue.
Yeah, blue jeans. No, it has a nice stage though, a good sound system, everything.
Killer sound system,
sure.
dude.
it
Yeah.
was really good.
I honestly can't complain about anything last night except for the fucking wind.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I got to say, like, the sound system, even because I had a couple friends show up, and they were watching from the back and, like, that like, cafeteria area is.
Yeah.
And it's a little echoey back there, but that's just because of the tile. But even with the echo, it's now granted, I would imagine when it's a full house of people, it's got to be impossible to hear it, but that's fine, right? There's a full house back there. There's got to be people up front.
sure.
But, dude, even with the echoing in the back, that is a great fucking sound system.
it is, and I usually don't like wireless mics.
Ooh, it's wireless mics?
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude,
they're Sures, too.
I didn't even notice until after I was off stage that it was wireless. I was like,
what?
This is good.
What?
Yeah. I'm,
Aren't they bigger?
You're so close to the ground.
yeah, I didn't even like really think about
He
it.
just was holding an imaginary cord the whole time. Oh, fuck, it wasn't even there.
I usually do that. I usually will fumble with a cord and stuff. But it sounded great.
You know, because the way I normally hold a mic is I kind of hold on to like half the mic and half the cord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
same.
think I kind of like a wireless mic better though.
Really?
I don't know why. It does feel kind of weird not having something anchoring to the ground.
Yeah.
But I was also more free. For sure. You know,
Yeah.
and I realized it right when I got off stage because the way the lighting is set up. We're gonna fuck with the lighting a little bit next time because the stage was lit a bit purple and it was kind of dark. So we're gonna we're gonna change it a little bit.
Yeah.
But so I realized it when I got off stage that like. Because I was in the mindset of like, okay, there's not a lot of people. Like, there's 60 people, but for a venue built for 350, 400, it's not a lot.
Right.
And they're spread out. Like, there was like, so if the stage is right here, there were people like here, right here, right here, right here, back here. So I was like, I need to really project like body language wise. So I like stepped as close forward to the stage as humanly possible.
Right. Out of the light.
And I was out of the fucking light. So because I was thinking about it because because I have a couple of jokes that require like some strong facial expressions,
Right.
And I was just like, "Fuck, why is this not hitting right now?" Because you bring up a good point where it was like you have to look for the laughter because like even the guys were laughing like okay, that would sound good in a club, didn't sound great out there.
Yeah.
I was like, "Why is this not fucking hitting?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm out in the fucking light; they can't see me."
Plus, you're not in a building, right? So it's just an open space.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Just
So,
leaving right away.
yeah.
But either way, it was a great fucking show. Buck killed.
Yeah, of course.
Buck did a great job. We had a little bit of a bomb up there. We're not going to say who, but it is what it is. It happens.
Well, let's see. There's 4 of you guys here.
And
3 of you guys here.
and but no, the next because who's on the next lineup?
Next lineup is going to be
Talking to the mic.
Steph, Trip, Sarah.
I don't know if he can lean that far.
Steph,
Oh,
Trip,
feel free to bring the mic to you, dude. Fuck around with it.
Yeah.
Steph, Trip, Sarah, June Opal, Black Mike, Zach. No, not Zachabeda's on the last one. That's it, right? Me, Steph, Trip.
I
No,
feel
not
like you
even-
should
not
know
even
this,
Trip.
dude. Like,
Dude, no, bro, my head's on my lineup. The lineup's
hey,
off
pull
right
up the
now
poster,
because-
That's a good
Jake.
I don't even know if you'll be able to.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, I got you. All right, so the lineup is me hosting, June Opal, Tyler Lovely, Dave Corvette, Steph Darnell, Black Mike, Sarah Kennedy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good lineup.
Fire. Sarah's
That's
gonna
fire.
headline it.
I'm very
Steph and Black Mike are gonna do 15 each, and then the rest of us will do our 8.
I'm very curious. So are we okay? I'm curious to see how Sarah's going to do. I've never seen her do longer than, like, I think 10, 12.
Yeah, same.
Dude, I've seen her. She did a set. She headlined one of...
You're like, she employs me.
Let me jump in right away.
She's so good.
Real shit. She headlined Karen Carson's show out in Rio Rancho. And I was like, oh, I did a good set. Like, I felt good, bro. She went up, and I was like, fuck, dude. Because she leveled, bro. She did so fucking good in Rio
I'd like to
Rancho.
see her do a full set.
Because I wanted to...
She did like 45.
Because when we were putting the lineup together, I was like, well, we have to have Sarah in there because of what she's done for all of us.
Absolutely.
And especially, she's put me up at that club more than I fucking deserve. So I was like, I definitely... That's just real shit. So I was just like, all right, I want to get her on the lineup. And I was like, you know what? She's the owner of a comedy club. She better be able to headline. Yeah. I've never seen her headline, but she better be able to headline. This will be fun. And I'm excited to see what she pulls out. So here's my question. So last night, we structured it where... So he basically did like maybe 7 minutes, right? Yeah. So 7 minutes up front. And then me, Jake, and AJ did 8. Kurt and Keith did 15. And Buck did 25. For this next one, originally the plan was we're all doing 8 minutes or 10 minutes, so you have a little bit of time to breathe, and then the headliner is going to do 25. I think we should stick to that.
Yeah, for sure. And we have more wiggle room now. Now that we know it ends at 10, we have people can go a little bit.
You don't want to start introducing that, dude. Yeah, that can turn into a.
Well,
I mean, like a little bit of wiggle room, like if the headliner wants to do more than 25.
Oh, got you.
So I get that, but even then, like, I asked Buck when he got off stage, I was like, dude, could you see the light? And he was like, not at all. So now what I'm going to do is when we get there next week, I'm going to like talk to all the comics in the green, like, hey, I'm going to stay in one spot the whole show, and this is where you're going to get the light from, because I was literally like off to the side of him with my fucking thing. I was like.
Yeah. No, where you lit me, because you were in the back, like, right corner. I saw you immediately. Like, that's a perfect place to stand.
Yeah, you know how many shows I've had Buck on that I've given him the light, though, and he doesn't care, bro. He doesn't give a fuck, dude. Buck goes till
He's just up there doing his thing, dog.
But,
I mean, he deserves it, right? Like, he does.
He does.
Oh,
for sure. But I will say this. I don't want us to be on the stage longer than 9:30. That's just a me thing. That's like a timeliness thing. Like, I get weird about being on time. For sure. And I just do. And then
he's like super white, dog.
And then that's the military bullshit, dude. And then I will say this: I think we should stick to 10 minutes, because this is a piece of advice. Shout out to fucking my friend Allison out in fucking Austin, great comic. I was talking to her about the show a couple of days ago, before we were gonna do it, and she was like, "You're gonna be outside. You've never done it before. You need to wait for your voice to travel all the way back so they hear it, and then let the reaction come back to you." Right. And like the first 2 minutes of that show last night, I was just like kind of going at a normal pace, a little bit fast. Yeah. But then right when I got into material, I was like, fuck, I should have slowed down. So I think giving everyone 10 minutes, what do you think? Yeah. Like giving everyone 10 except the headliner, so that, like, because I feel like in 8 minutes at dry heat is 9.5 minutes out there.
Yeah, I fucking I mean, I might still just do 7 or 8, because I love hosting, but I hate I hate cold opening, bro. Like,
you mean you hate people not laughing at your jokes?
Sure, dude.
Join the club, you fuck.
I like to. I mean, I love hosting though. Like, I love to do it, but I don't. I feel like I don't know. I just start fucking talking shit when people don't laugh.
You told me I look like Dan Bilzerian got famous for sucking dicks.
Yeah. Am I wrong?
And then what did
That's pretty on point.
What did you say? You said Keith looks like Walter White with diabetes or some shit. Okay.
Like he just blew, like he's been dead and just blew up.
Well, so here's this is a good question, I guess. What is your obsession with roasting your lineup as the host?
I don't know. It's just what the very first show that I had, bro. I just like, well, the first of all, if I started getting into comedy like heavy, like on like watching comedy.
You get into everything heavy. Let's be real.
Yeah,
watching
Kill
Tony. So watching Kill Tony and the way that they roast them, it just maybe just like embedded in my brain, and that's what I started doing from the first show, you know. And so now I'm just like, fuck it. If you're on my show, I'm gonna roast you before you come out.
Okay, I'm just curious. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Cause you haven't said anything that's like over the line.
Nah, for sure.
Like, you haven't said anything crazy.
And it kind of sets the comic up too, because now because that's the best set is when you go out and you can riff a little bit.
Exactly.
What you just said.
Them up to riff. Like,
you set me up pretty good.
Yeah, that's right. And then especially just because, I mean, the fucking elephant in the room. It's easy to fucking call someone fat and make people laugh. So I kind of throw the little alley oop to the comics before, make a joke about me when I fucking because it's all about me.
Right before I walked out there, I was like, you know what? If this fucker says something, I got one ready for this
Already locked
motherfucker.
in. This guy's like the roast fucking champion over here.
That's why I fucking.
Some people don't think so, but it's okay.
That's why when I started,
Well, let's talk about that.
I'm glad I wasn't on that show. That was a mess. What were you gonna say?
The only person though is I'm like, okay, I can't go in on Buck that much because he'll
tear you up.
turn his whole first 10 minutes of his set just roasting me.
So you gave him a pass?
No,
because
here's what happened. He did something
for
worse.
sure.
He did something worse. He showed his fucking skin for a second. He showed blood in the water because he gets out there. And you can see him like charging up something. He goes, all right, so your next comedian's a really great guy. He headlines all over the country. He's a great guy. I love him very much. I'm not going to roast him because he'll tear me to shreds. It's Buck. And he said it real fast. It's Buck D. And he ran away.
Shut the fuck up.
And then he gets out there and goes, wait a damn minute. And just ripped him apart.
Dog, one time I was doing a set at fucking at one of the roast battles. I'm not even roasting. I didn't say anything about Buck. And I get off a stage and Buck's like, give it up for Jake. Doesn't Jake look like the hairiest clit you've ever seen in your life? I was like, I didn't even say anything, man.
Sure, you gotta be careful.
But I mean, he's playing. It's what you should, in a lot of cases, do when you're first coming up: is play off something that just happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody just saw, so everybody in the room's comfortable for what you're about to do.
Yeah, and I think it also shows because this is a problem that I have in general on stage is just connecting with the audience. So the more you can show them that you can take a couple licks and not like get all pissy about it, and you're there to have fun.
Right. Yeah.
The less nervousness you can show, the better. And I think an easy not a cheap way to do it, but like almost like a cheat code is, hey, like I can get roasted and I'm cool with it.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gay, whatever.
Well,
look at me and him. We got like, we're fat, and then people are like, you are fat, and then it just like rolls into
what
it,
the fuck did Zach say at that one where he said y'all are trading recipes or some shit? That's
Royal
nuts.
Was that
posted
at a mic?
Yeah. No. It was at a mic.
Oh, that's right.
Royal
That's what
posted
Zach
it
roasted.
earlier.
Yeah. When he said I look like I've had 4 kids.
Okay.
I had all 6 of my kids or some shit. Okay, I was wondering where it came from. When he posted it, I was like, there's not a picture. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Honestly, it's pretty funny.
It is funny, yeah. Now that I relate it to that too, it's funnier. But it was funny.
But
I got what he was saying.
We have good recipes.
I mean, you haven't shared one with me. I don't know that. I don't know if I want to eat.
He just gives you directions
Cheetos
to
and
McDonald's.
cheese. Yeah. He's also, when you get there, you get 7 hamburgers.
4 chicken Big Macs. Any of you guys tried this?
But ask for James because he puts extra sauce.
Wait, what?
Chicken Big Mac. I haven't tried it, but
Yes, the fuck you have.
You fucking
I haven't.
I've never even heard of that shit. So yes, you
I
have.
watched Kai Cenat and John Cena eat it on his live stream.
They have a chicken Big Mac? That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Why? Okay, this is
He just
very.
like looks up like secret
It's
recipe shit.
from Europe. It's
Well,
been a
'cause-
thing in Europe forever.
Well, I remember back in the day, like when I was a kid, you were able to order a McDank. Like that was a thing. Did you ever get that?
McGangbang?
That
Or the
kind of
McGangbang.
side of-
Yeah, that was another word for it. Yeah,
What?
where they took the Big Mac and a hot and spicy and they put it together.
Nah, it was McDouble. And
Or
a hot
How do
spice.
I'm
Yeah.
the fattest and oldest guy here? How do
Yeah,
I not know
Because
any
you're
of this
old.
shit?
That was a fucking millennial thing, bro.
Was it? Yeah,
You're taking care of your second kid while we were getting.
yeah. Probably the third actually, because most of them are your guys' age. Because you're what? You're 27,
Yeah.
and you're
26.
26. So my oldest is as old as him.
Jesus.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
wild.
How old are you again, Jake?
I'm 27.
27. That's what I thought. Okay.
So I'm like, my oldest kid is as old as you motherfuckers, dog.
Jesus.
But I was like fucking early though, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you
was,
had a great
I was
16th birthday.
16, dog.
Yeah.
The birthday was great. Later on in the year was it?
Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, in all fairness, I had her New Year's Eve, and I turned 17 February 3rd. Right, so I was only 16 for 2 months. It's still super early.
That's early as shit. It's early now. That's
Like
fucking crazy.
people used to do that back in the day to like raise a farm and till fields and get some
Yeah.
hard work in. They just
Yeah,
became
for sure.
payments.
Dude, she was
He had all
literally,
girls, so
she
the
was
house
literally a
would've been
Mexican chick, bro,
spotless.
that fucking wrote that she put a hole in the condom. I found it later. I found her fucking diary later. So my oldest's mom, we used to write in her.
you can smoke that great tobacco in here, sir.
Yeah,
Just open the window when you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
So she literally, because she's a mess, right? She's a fucking addict and all this shit, right? So at one point, she gave a bunch of shit to my mom to hold for her. we found diaries from back then where she said she was poking holes in the condoms and shit to try to trap me.
Yo.
We literally had just broke up and then found out she was pregnant. And I
Yo,
was like,
that's so nuts. Like, trapping Cardo, just lock the
That's
door.
what I said.
Like, fuck, you gotta go through
just
those
take me
lengths.
upstairs. I'm not coming down.
That's fucking crazy. He had that
She
low
said
rider
lock
money
the
back
door.
then.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I could break through a door, dog.
She's trying to trap you. She's trying to trap you at 16.
Yeah, no, she was older than me.
Okay, let's be honest with us right now.
No, I'm dead
What did
serious.
you have?
Damn, did she
No,
date
what did
you?
you have to offer at 16?
Fucking
for her to
nothing.
want
Yeah,
to trap you.
Dude, I was sleeping
I gotta
on
trap
couches
this
and shit,
kid.
dog. Like I wasn't even. I had nothing to offer at that age. Dude. Like,
I'm gonna
I was a
trap
fucking
this dyslexic 16-year-old.
yeah, who can't read. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, but she was also like dumb too. I guess I don't fucking.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, I'd
she
say
turned out
so.
to be an addict, dog. Like I mean,
Wow.
it's
That's
like,
wild.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's been that was fun. Anyways,
The camera wasn't on Noah just now. He just OCD rearranged everything.
No,
on
so
the
you can
table. No, I'm
ash
just kidding.
that
No,
great
I'm just-
tobacco.
he already
on
knows how you are, dog.
You know
He
what?
knows you're gonna just put it on the carpet.
Put the camera on me, so he can ash on this amazing multi-use mat
Hey, check it out. He looks like he's holding this bottle.
from High Desert
It looks like the same
from
bottle.
High Desert Relief. Are you able to talk? I don't want you to talk shit about your last employer or anything, but I got to say this: I didn't get him a job. I put him in contact with the hiring manager at High Desert Relief.
Okay.
And he had a great interview. And now what's nice is he used to work at an older dispensary or a different dispensary. And now when we fucking throw comedy shows, because I'm in a contract with them, right? Like, I can do comedy shows sponsored by other dispensaries, but I can't
Talk about it.
I can't have them on the show. You know what I mean? And I can't do my own show. Like, I think once the block stuff slows down during the winter, I'll bring back the heckle show. So when I put that on, I can't I wouldn't be able to have another dispensary on that show.
Right.
But now that he's
It's
at
all
fucking
in-house. It's all in-house, baby.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sabrina at HDR.
Yep, now that he's at High Desert, we're just chilling.
Well, dude, I fucking did a photo shoot for Zach for High Desert.
Oh shit.
So I don't know if you saw any of the promo
Well, I'm
stuff
gonna be,
that was.
yeah,
that
we
he
have.
did
I'm
for
gonna be
that.
next. Then you're gonna be shooting
I'm down
one for me.
But no, I literally did a shoot for him for High Desert.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so some of the promo stuff they have is stuff I shot. Mind you, that's also when I broke my fucking lens in 2 flashes. So that
damn.
sucked.
Because Zach
quick.
was fucking spin dancing.
No, it
here
was
when-
windy as fuck,
Oh
dude.
well.
If you boys don't mind, I'd like to get a little toast in for my uncle that just passed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that,
So
man.
the uncle that touched you, bro. That's
Oh my god.
touch my heart.
yeah. That's if you want to. That's what he called it.
Doesn't count if I forget.
He's like, let me see your heart, behold.
Damn, this thing's fucking beating, huh?
No, that's your.
No, like I said, it doesn't count if I forgave him.
You're right. You're right.
That's what my scoutmaster taught me too. That is so weird.
That's what my aunt said too. That's
You know what's so crazy is my
Other than getting molested, tell me.
yeah. Like, what's crazier than that? I
No,
don't
real
know.
quick, though, did anyone ever try and touch you?
no, honestly, and I don't understand why.
Don't lie, I
because
touch him when we
I'm,
go on the road all the
perfect,
time,
bro.
dog.
Dude, at their show yesterday, you come out of the storage container thing, and that's where the green room is. So I came out and I was like, it looks like they're fucking selling us, like we're being trafficked. And I was like, how much for the small one, bro? I would get sold first.
And then you guys had buck walk out. That's fucked up.
dude, it was wild.
Well, he was the first one. No, aside from you, I guess. He was the first one to come out and actually say something big about it. Like, they got a bunch of Mexicans and black guys.
Yeah.
It's literally an ice shipping container.
Oh my god! Well, I liked it. Well, it was funny because it's funny to see shipping containers get used in a fun way. Because literally, when I was overseas, that's what we lived in. So there were so there were 2. So what they did is on and it's a dope ass
That's where the
installation.
kitchen was in?
I mean, no, for real. So what happened was on the main installation, they had hard buildings for administrative offices and for the gyms and then for the main dining facility and different amenities. Right? They had hard buildings for it. But for where you slept, I forget what the acronym stands for, but it's called a CLU, and they were just a bunch of shipping containers that they carved a big rectangle in to put a AC unit and then they would and they just insulated it a little bit, and then turned into a living space.
Right.
So it was you. It's like when you would walk it super fucking skinny. Like you couldn't go like that.
So I couldn't sleep in one.
Fuck no. Sorry. No, I mean, you could. It would just
I mean,
be
you
like
can ship stuff in it, but Cardo can't sleep in one.
it would be a real issue for you because they would like because you had the shipping container like the face of it, but then the door was like even I had to like kind of like weasel my way in.
I'm not getting in there.
But because you would walk in and it was the bed, 2 lockers, and then another bed, and it was all right. I mean, dude, it was fucking African. We had AC, chilling.
Wait, what?
It was African. We had AC.
You just flex.
Oh, I thought you said Africa made AC.
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
what the fuck does that mean?
no. Oh no, we were in Africa that we had AC.
Okay.
But then when the main part of where we were at, we had to go stay at an airfield, and that was not very fun. But like the main installation was all fucking shipping containers.
Yeah.
So it's like to see like that get used in a fun way. I was like, all right,
Well, they build houses.
life
out
is
of
fucking good.
it. They build
Yeah, you
houses
haven't
out
seen
of
the
shipping
houses
containers,
that
dog.
they build?
Can you
now?
fucking find that, please?
Yes,
Dude,
absolutely. You didn't know
there's
that shit?
Jake, there's
Badass
a show
houses.
called
Yeah.
Shipping Container Homes. Watch, look it up.
Yeah, no, they build badass houses. I would do it. If
No,
I
and it's
get
like
land
way
somewhere.
cheaper. It's
Yeah.
like way cheaper, and they look sick.
Yeah, they do. They're dope. You didn't know that shit? How do you not know that?
There's a show on Hulu, dude.
Doesn't fucking Iron Man live in one or something? I don't know. Stupid.
Oh, show.
Oh, you mean like the tiny homes?
No,
they're not.
shipping container
they
homes.
make big, container homes. They make big, like mansion fucking homes, bro.
Yeah, check this
Find
out.
that shit on YouTube real quick.
Look.
Yeah,
This is look. Check this out.
No, just on the second tab.
Oh,
Or
shit.
that works too. Whatever.
Come on, Jamie.
Yeah. He's learning. He's learning.
Yeah, do that
He can
one.
barely
That was
reach the fucking mouse from that chair.
fun. I
Well,
guess
this dude's.
Dude, you don't pay for Hulu. We have to watch a fucking advertisement.
I don't pay for YouTube like some kind of poor.
That's what
all
I meant
right?
to say. I said Hulu. Stupid.
With all of the craziness in the world today, more people than ever are dreaming of escaping the
Hey, make
Man,
sure
I love
the-
this guy's voice. I
make
wish
sure
he'd
the
say
screen
like
does
he loves my
Yeah,
cock.
I got you.
New Zealand.
Skip like halfway into it. I don't care what this fucking guy has to say.
It's Eddie Stevens.
Yeah, look at this house, dude.
that one's a tiny home, so that one's not big, but it's still sick.
It's
Look
still
at
bigger than what
yeah.
he slept in Africa.
This is true.
Tall trolleys from Bunnings.
I was going to ask about that.
Mechanic.
Yeah.
Shit.
Really unusual. It gives it almost
Oh, they got a library?
Just what you need. And a
Dude,
ladder.
you're so fucking nerdy. You're like, oh look, books.
I mean, not for nothing, but in my old condo that I had a few years ago, I had one of the rooms dedicated to a library, and I fucking loved it.
Wow.
I
library
fucking
is
loved
I
it.
think that is gay.
Oh, look, anthropology.
But you also can't
I
read.
can't read,
bro.
so I don't read. I get it.
Literally
so
your
sick.
shelf.
This is dope as shit.
Okay,
There's a ladder right
keep
there.
Yeah,
working.
dude,
for you to
we're
reach,
looking at
too.
the house, not the fucking books, dude.
Adam's
Press
colors.
This
Play.
is like free advertisement. Cut
Press
it out.
play.
He was reading the books, dude.
You fuck, dude.
Come on, she has a telescope.
Who got this
too.
guy? You know, just kidding.
I know.
Is this one of the guys that works at the fucking the goddamn garden you were just at?
Shout out to the cornucopia, man. Shout out to the cornucopia.
He looks like he belongs so much in that advertisement, dude.
Yeah, that was
Big
bad,
old
dude.
dumb smile on your face and shit.
Hey, I had fun, bro. I'm helping out.
I'm sure you
I'm helping
did.
out the
You're like my
community.
people. No, fucking stupid. No, I mean it's cool. I'll go help him out.
Hell yeah.
No
dude,
one's
this is
inviting
dope.
you.
Fuck you.
You'll give him motivation. Like, hey, you get worse, you turn to this guy.
Yeah, I got a new joke I just started working on. I said
That fool
donkeys
will
are just
touch them.
Down syndrome horses.
What?
Yeah, or downs. Sorry.
Yeah, look at that. 6 containers.
Your mouse
Yeah, dude,
is
they
all-
insulate.
Yeah,
that
skip
shit.
forward like halfway into that shit. Yeah.
Let's see the. Yeah.
So for everyone that's listening to this, Jake
Oh, they
found,
can't see what we're looking at.
because there's an audio option on. This
Oh,
will go
yeah,
on
yeah.
Spotify eventually.
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah.
you.
So everyone listening to this, we're watching a
Container.
mansion get made out of shipping containers.
Tell me you wouldn't live in that.
Oh fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
oh,
I would
I
live in that
100%
like in a heartbeat,
would.
dude. And then out in the middle
I'd
of
be getting
nowhere
sucked
somewhere.
off in this window right here every night, bro. Look at that shit. That's what
I would just, but how like insulated is that?
You get laid one time and now you're getting sucked off in a window. This guy.
They also do. They also not only shipping container homes. They do 3D printed homes. Have you seen that?
I've seen that.
I've
the
seen
concrete
that.
Thing.
Yeah. I've
seen that.
That's fucking. Wild.
See, and the minute those become popular, they're gonna find the guy who started it and kill them. The minute that
They
that
may
becomes
have.
popular,
They
They
probably
may
already
have.
did. Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, I would love 3D printed
It
homes.
kind of looks weird though, all lumpy, huh?
Dude, I know. Yeah. The thing. I think they're doing one in like Taos or something.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
saw it. It was like close.
I know
to
you
there.
you can put like drywall over it if you want.
Oh
to.
yeah, you could do a bunch of shit, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's still. I mean, I would do it in a heartbeat, dude.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It only costs like 50,000 or something to do like a whole like
That's not
full
bad.
size.
Well, because
I doubt
like the
it.
pop
I'm
up
sure it's more than
homes
that.
are like the ones where they literally like they ship it to you like from Amazon,
Yeah.
right? And they like put it together like a
Cheap
fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the boxes the homeless people
Isn't
use.
that crazy though? That
Pop-up homes. We just pop one up on Lomas in Louisiana.
Down by the old grifts.
Yeah, that's
they used
it.
to fucking you used to be able to buy your house in a Sears magazine, like in a catalog in like the 40s
Yeah, I
and 50s,
saw that.
and they would
Yep.
ship it to you like
It's
your
like
whole
$4
house.
grand.
Like, to a,
Well, that was okay. So
Yeah, for
find
sure.
that really quick because that was
yeah.
figure out who was president during that time because I forget
let's
who.
see when it.
It
That's like
was
FDR around
Eisenhower.
there.
Donald
or-
Trump, baby.
No, it wasn't.
I want to say it was
That was JFK before they killed him.
no, it was like Lyndon Johnson, right?
Oh yeah, I think it was Lyndon Johnson.
Because they had put this because whoever I forget who it was. It was during the
It might have been
40s.
Hoover too. Actually,
It might have been because it was during the
The
40s,
vacuum guy?
and their whole thing was they wanted to have like how quickly can you make homes in succession? We're gonna make them all the same, and that's what like the birth of the suburb came from.
Yeah, and then they
Let's
killed
see.
Sears.
Oh, it said 1908 to
Hold on, let me
1942.
That's interesting.
1942. Oh yeah, see, look at this shit.
So in 1942 is FDR.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
You guys like went to school and shit, huh?
Look, $500 fucking dollars for that shit. I could
That's
buy,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah, but that was like that back in the early 1900s. That was
See
like,
how much $500.
$600,000 today.
No, find a real catalog or some
this
shit
one
like
is
that.
one.
Not that.
Look at there you go. A big
That
one.
dude. They were black and white
There
back
we go.
then. They didn't have color, dude. What the fuck?
3,700.
That's crazy.
And there's
That's like the Home Alone house.
And
dude.
then look, it says some vintage kit homes now sell
Into
for
the
over
mic.
$1 million.
This guy's so like he's never done a podcast before. You know?
I usually have to hold my mics because I'm all ghetto. so
I was telling you, you can hold your mic if you want to, dude.
That's all right.
You're more than welcome.
I need to get some arms though for the next
Damn,
just
that's still
for
cheap
safe
as
house.
shit. Dude, for $3,000 was worth $67,000. You can't get a
Oh,
house
yeah.
for that, dude.
You can buy.
Yeah, you can. You can get a trailer home.
Dude.
No, where?
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, they're like 100K.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
dude.
they really?
Well, so if you go down, like Central, where it's like Central and
Yeah, Central and like
Montebo, yeah. So where they're selling all the trailer homes,
Yeah.
they were saying it's been a couple months I've like drove through there, but it's like 'cause I avoid that avidly. But yeah, because fuck that.
There's nothing wrong with that neighborhood.
I disagrey. But no, I
well,
I
you
saw
also
the
said
thing
this was like the hood. This
where-
is like,
no, he said
this
it was
is
the
hood adjacent.
He
This
said
isn't
this was the
hood.
hood, not me.
Yeah.
not
But
the-
but this is but they were saying they had an ad where it was like you can own it for like 80K or 90K or some shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
Those
than-
fucking
Do
interesting.
you want to hear a fucking disgusting trailer story? Holy shit! So my first like real girlfriend, right?
You mean like not a blow up?
I'm like 18. Fuck you. I'm like 18, 19 years old, and because I was going to college down in Roswell, and she lived in Hobbs. So on the weekends I would hop over and visit her and shit, right? So it's a Saturday, and I drive down there, and at the time she was living with her friend and her friend's boyfriend, and they had like. This dude thought he was baller because he was some sort of like construction dude where he's like, yeah, I got 2 trailers. It's like, well, then buy a house, bitch. Like, what are you doing?
But in that area though, that's
But anyway, yeah. So he had this plot of land, and he had like it was family's land. He had 2 trailers, and they had like their party trailer and like their living trailer, right? Yeah. So my girlfriend
Like
at the
Diddy's
time,
trailer.
she like yeah. She leads me into the trailer, and she's like, "Oh, my bedroom's down there. Go drop your stuff, whatever." And so I drop my stuff off in her bedroom. I go use the bathroom, and I hear her and her friend speaking in the other room.
Yeah.
So I start going to go find out where they're at. I'm not paying attention to what's on the. Oh, they've got dogs, by the way. I should have said that. They have dogs. So I'm not paying attention to what's on the fucking ground. And she hears me coming, and she yells. She goes, "Noah, stop!" And I'm like, I stop right there. She goes, "You are about to step in dog shit." And so what I'm thinking is like a little fucking whatever. Dude just took a shit.
like the dog's been shitting. and they didn't clean
I'm
it.
telling you, dude, a pile of dog shit they just left at the foot of their bedroom. Her friend and the boyfriend, right? And I was like, yo, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, well, I'll tell you later. Don't get mad. And I was like,
We're saving it.
because I had a fucking bad temper back then. So I was like, what the fuck?
really? Back then?
Oh yeah, I'm calm now. Yeah.
Not on steroids.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? She takes me whatever, and she goes, look, yeah, I didn't want to tell you till you got here. I didn't want to get freaked out, but they kind of suck at picking up dog shit.
No.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, no, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
yo. I'm like, yo, I have, like, I didn't have a lot of money back then, but I was like, I have money. I'll get us a fucking hotel or like a motel room. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Holiday Inn.
Yeah. 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 But I was like, what
Hotel,
the?
motel, holiday
Yeah. So I was like,
Inn.
what the fuck is this bullshit? And she goes, yeah, da, da, da. And then so I was like, all right. So later that night, we were in the other trailer. We get fucked up. And I wander back, or me and her wander back over into the living trailer. And I mistook one room for the bathroom. And I open it, and this fucking smell just hits me, right? I'm like, oh, fuck. I close it. I'm like...
That's where they throw the dog
yeah,
shit?
I'm fucked up. And I'm like, yo, what was... It smells like shit in there. What the hell is that? And she goes, yeah, so they have a room they just let the dog shit in, and they haven't really picked it up in like the last couple months.
Gross.
And I'm like... The
You had
last
sex with this girl?
couple of months, dude. I got her the fuck out of there. I was like, no, okay.
And
I
this
was
is
like,
when Noah got herpes.
I was like, yo, I'm too fucked up to drive, but tomorrow morning we're staying in a fucking hotel. This is bullshit. I'm not fucking staying.
But she's living in this.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And that's that's a very unfunny part of the story.
Yeah, for
but I just
sure.
had a conversation with her, like, why the fuck are you? And then like, 2 weeks later, she finally fucking moved out. But I was like, yo, how are you okay with this?
Yeah, that's
Well, she was dating you.
Wow, that
So she already made poor choices.
18 to 19-year-old Noah is not a good option. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
I can fucking sling dick,
should
but I was a
already know.
mess.
You already knew.
A foreclosed. Oh,
Look, a
104.
foreclosed fucking a mobile home is still $100,000.
I feel like that's the
Oh.
only time they sell is when they're foreclosed.
Yeah,
Yeah, foreclosed due to an OD.
Hey, my first house is a trailer, so fuck you.
No, there's nothing wrong with
I live
no,
in
no,
a
no.
trailer
Listen,
too,
listen,
bro.
listen. There is nothing wrong with living in a trailer, but there
Yeah.
is something wrong with paying 6 figures for a used trailer.
For sure.
Yeah.
There is something wrong with that.
you also got to think those 6 figures was only 20,000 20 years ago.
Still though.
Yeah.
That's my
Well,
point.
see, that's the thing too. Like whoever like first originally had this came up on some fucking
Oh,
bread.
yeah. Unless, oh no, they.
No, they're
That
dead.
was who
They
got
got
foreclosed.
foreclosed.
on, yeah.
Yeah, this is not a
I got a
foreclosure.
funny trailer story. So I used to, you guys know where Belen is, right? I've heard
Yeah.
people talk about Belen. So it was back when I met my
Can you close
second
the
oldest.
window?
The second oldest is mom. We had moved into this trailer that was right next to the fucking train tracks in Belen, like literally, like right 5 or 8 feet away from the train tracks, and it was by a big ass rail hub, which sucked. And so it was cheap rent though. It was like $400, and I thought it was all cool. Like I went to go pick her up to take her to the room, and I stepped through a hole in the fucking
Oh
floor.
my god!
I stepped through the fucking floor, fucking dropped her and shit. It was such a beat up fucking.
How
trailer.
far did your foot go through?
It went leg, foot. Like I went through the fucking
Like to the
floor.
ground?
Like no. The other leg stopped. Like only one. It was only one leg, right? Like it wasn't. I wasn't this big. Otherwise, it would have been all of us, right?
You
But
repair the hole?
no, we did not.
So there's just an open
Yo,
hole.
I just put like plywood over it later.
Yeah, so he's paying
I didn't want
$400
to.
for rent.
I didn't want to tell the fucking. Well, plus they probably wouldn't have fixed it. It was $400.
There goes the
For
security
sure, for sure.
deposit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're a fat ass, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, just to talk about trailer stories.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know, man. You shouldn't be paying more than fucking $80K for unless it's a standard trailer like that. $80K.
Nah, it has to be a double wide for $80K.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
only a single, bro,
definitely.
but it does have that little, that it has the deck.
Yeah, that
Right,
is
that's
nice.
fuck
And then
that
you got the
deck.
carport and everything.
No.
You know what
fuck
I mean?
that
And it's
shit.
got stairs on both sides.
And
like,
then with this pave, that added some value. Like this was probably just this.
no, dude,
but then they
that's
added
a
value.
lot. That's just the trailer, dude. Like, you don't get the land.
Yeah, that's the whole point
Yeah,
of the
the lot-
trailer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the.
I'm sure it says somewhere like, and by the way, the rent. No, actually, wait, Pan American.
And I'll tell you
There's
what-
there's like a fucking, if this is by Paseo and Pan American area,
Yeah.
they actually have like a place where you can buy land, and a lot of old people live there.
Mad old people. I know.
So somebody probably did die. That's probably why that's for sale.
100%.
Yeah.
79.
I think we're looking way
square
too far
foot.
into this. By
Look
the
at
way.
the
Maybe.
tax amount. You still do have to pay a lot of property taxes for this. Well, I mean, it's not a lot,
$1,500
but
is
in
not a
terms-
lot of property taxes.
Well, I mean, in terms of a fucking
Over a
trailer,
year, that's like nothing.
like that's fucking. Oh, this is a double wide. How about that?
What?
Yeah,
Where's the rest of the wide?
that's what I was saying. Shit.
It's a double wide, but it's only 8x8
Dude,
put
oh,
together.
I don't have this up. Shit, my bad, people.
What's wrong?
There we go. He's got a functional kitchen, beautiful cabinets. What the fuck?
Yeah, they threw some fake marble in there.
Dude, they did. Look
Oh, I guess it is a double wide, huh? Fucking wide angle lenses.
It's a Cardo.
Fuck you. Hey,
Damn, it
hey.
does look kind of spacious. Look at that shit.
Fucking Royal basically just said we're the same size, so fuck you.
I just saw his Facebook post.
Yeah.
So I was trying to put the shit on Facebook. Oh, well, there it is.
Dude, this is what I do all fucking day. I just look at listings
Trailer
on
homes?
Zillow. Not trailers specifically. I look at a lot of houses in Corrales.
He's always looking for oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
We've had a what the fuck?
What the fuck
I knew
happened?
that was loose.
All right, so we're going to take, if you could just don't turn the stream off. Just
audio?
Just kill the audio. This episode of the just don't use the mic when you move it. Move the actual arm.
All right, we're
Okay.
back.
Oh, okay, I got you.
All right, are we live? Are we back? All right, after Cardo fucked up all my. I'm just kidding.
Dude, I can see how loose the screw is from here, dude.
No, it'll be fine right where it's at.
All right,
You're good.
Don't touch it. Got it. Just like, just like what you told your uncle and he kept doing it, remember? Before he died.
Oh my god!
What did he die of anyway?
Just natural cause.
He deserved it. What a way. No,
Jesus!
Hey, dude, nobody makes it out alive, dog. None of us do. I don't give a fuck what you think or say. We never make it out alive.
Well, I mean,
so.
yeah, but
He
but
won.
imagine the wound is still
did win.
fresh.
Yeah, but you got to get over that shit.
in a
He's a
better
fucking
place
comic.
now.
He better be able to take
That's
it.
true.
Just like he did when his uncle touched him.
Oh, speaking of being a comic, though, so fucking for people that are listening right now that don't know, you hit up Polar Bear, this
Yeah, for sure.
big-ish comedian. Well, big, but
Well,
big.
he's not like Cardo big. Though. Let's be.
He cool guy though.
Yeah, super
Super cool comedian, and he hit you up to fucking hit the road in like a week and a half to do
Yeah.
one of his shows. Like,
Hell yeah,
can we
dude.
can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, not probably. I think the plan is now we're gonna drive out to San Angelo, Texas, on the 26th, and
Sorry, it's just bugging me. It's really bugging
fucking
me.
open up for him.
So you're opening the
fucking
show?
Crazy.
I don't know if I'm opening. I don't know exactly.
But I'd imagine he's going to throw you like 5 to 8 minutes on a guest spot. Because where's it at?
Are you sure he's just not gonna have you blow you in the green room? Or him blow you blow
it's
him?
at a place called the Tilted Mug.
Can you find his show in San Angelo?
Yeah.
Just look up Polar Bear Comedy San Angelo, Texas.
Yeah, Stephen
That's
Michael
awesome,
Casada
bro.
is doing a show at the same venue next week out there.
Oh no shit!
That's cool.
I'm surprised. I gotta be real, and maybe it's just because like they want to book out so many people, like different types of people. But I'm surprised Casada's not doing more shows at his own club. He's been there like what, twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a touring comic, right? I guess that's what
Shout
he
out
does.
Polar Bear.
You know what I mean? So
All right, so find the one at
San
yeah,
Angelo.
there it is.
At the Tilted Mug. How
That's
about
what's
that?
up, dude.
That's
Fuck yeah,
fucking
bro.
dope.
Yo, can you look up that venue? I just want to see what it looks like.
Oh, Tilted Mug.
Yeah, but I just think that shit's sick, dude.
That's fucking amazing. Dude.
Yeah, that's my boy. He got me on Casada's. He just did the Paramount Theater with Ralph Barboza.
oh shit, hell yeah, that's
A
dope,
few
dude.
like last weekend actually.
So you just like send him a tip pic, and then he just how did that?
Nah,
Look up Tilted Mug
just
Mug
funny.
San Angelo,
I'm just funny, bro.
and just go images. Weren't you typing so well off camera? Fucking Jesus.
This is like him when he's getting laid, bro. He gets all nervous and shit.
Maybe put in like
drops a
comedy
glass
show
on his
too, so
head.
you can
Puts the
see,
condom
like-
inside out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a bar.
puts a condom inside out. I think they go
Comedy.
either way, don't they? Just go. What do I know?
Unless they just don't
Right
have.
there where that
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
at. Let's see.
Damn, that looks fucking good.
Oh, that's cool. What's up with that bar in front of you?
I was gonna say that does not look good. It looks interesting.
That
Well,
looks
it's
like
like
doing
the,
the boxing bear here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It looks like the boxing bear.
Well, the old boxing bear, R.I.P. It's not there anymore.
Let me do this.
I know. You can type fast, but you can't spell. So fucking.
This
Oh,
this
you
kind of
can.
shows it.
Yeah, it's up there, like where the TVs are at. It looks
like right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that kind of looks like a cool room.
Either way, that's what's up, though. That's fucking.
Yeah,
that
no,
is
it's
fucking
good, man.
amazing, dude.
And I
Good
think like
shit.
that's something that I've learned like through podcasting, but obviously it applies to comedy, like fucking networking and meeting people, and just like I guess by extension social media, but social media as a whole, they're monster.
Yeah.
But networking and just meeting people's half the fucking battle.
Yeah, no, for real, it is, dude.
The worst thing they're gonna do is say no.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably
I
the
mean,
worst thing.
not always.
No, I
There's
take that.
Way worse than that, dude. You can get sex trafficked.
I take that as a term of endearment, but
Oh, somebody called you that?
no, what was that thing from?
If they called you Noah?
No,
They
from
know?
from Chappelle's show where it's Clayton Bigsby.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And he
yeah.
hears the white kids playing rap music and he calls them the N word. Did he just call us that? Awesome! Like, dab each other up. But no, dude, I would say no. I would counter that, and I would say the worst thing that can happen is a negative word of mouth about you.
Yeah.
Because then,
Yeah.
because Buck and Six brought it up on their pod, and it was like, I don't know if I would have done that or not. But it's like we're all very new at comedy and that kind of stuff. So you can kind of get excused if he would have took it as like, oh, what's this guy fucking doing? Thank God you messaged the right headliner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
for
you message
sure.
the guy that's cool with it.
Yeah.
But then it's like, it's like, oh, who the fuck is this kid? Whatever. Or if let's say you have like a bigger name for yourself and you've been doing it for a long time here in Albuquerque and you're doing that and it's like, oh, this fucking guy. And then he can just message me and get on my show and they start telling their buddies. I think it's more of a thing for venues, but it could be a thing for performers. You know what I mean?
If people are thinking that, fuck them. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do anyways. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me.
I don't think you understood
if
what you were saying.
No, I do. I understand.
Well, no, I think. Well,
No,
just
he's
don't-
saying
I just
luckily
don't.
that's how
Nah,
it
but
went.
I'll do it. I know.
right?
I'll do it to fucking everyone.
so
that's
okay.
there.
Here's a better way to put it,
I
right?
just don't care. I'm a hungry comic.
Here's a better way to put it,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So
you
let's
look
say.
hungry all the time.
So let's say.
That's a skinny joke. I'm not skinny. Skinny people.
No,
look
no, you
hungry.
are hungry all the time. That's how you end up. Dude,
No,
I know.
I look
I'm in the
hungry.
same boat you are. We are hungry a lot.
That's just fat on
Say what
fat
you're
crime.
saying. Say what you're saying.
No, I was trying to say is like, so let's put in a different scenario. So let's say let's say when you become a fully fledged feature act, right?
Yeah.
And you have like a very strong, tight, monstrous fucking 20, right? And you're able to get attached to a big headliner, you're going around, and let's say he or she takes you to a couple fucking shows, like they don't like working with you for whatever reason. Let's say you're a good guy, a professional, but they just don't like working with you, and they're connected to other people, and then they go around and say, "Hey, yeah, I brought this guy on the road, and he's not that cool."
Yeah.
AJ's a great guy, by the way. That's why I work with him so much. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
Just-
for sure.
Just putting that out there.
I love AJ.
But let's just say, right? And then that whole like word of mouth thing starts going around. That's worse than them saying
you don't want to
no.
get blacklisted because somebody's talking shit. I got you.
Exactly,
Because
blacklisted.
everybody does like you. I saw this the other day where it's like you are so. I think what's her name was talking about this. Sarah, you can be 2-3 persons removed from like your favorite comic at any point, right?
Sure.
She said
So,
that
like-
in this podcast, dude.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's where I heard it.
Yeah.
So like literally like I was just did that open for Mike Racine, who is like does podcast shit with Shane Gillis and shit like that. So like
Mike is awesome.
You know what I'm trying to say? So like just like that, if you do if they're talking shit, you could be in all
Yeah,
those
for
groups.
sure,
where, like,
100%.
hey, fuck
Yeah,
this guy.
yeah.
But I mean, you're not right. So
Maybe, but you're not. But it's
Don't be a dickhead.
yeah.
yeah. And some people are dickheads for no fucking
sure.
reason.
I'm not gonna say who
Just say it.
talks
Don't be a
about this,
fucking
but
pussy.
I've heard horrible things, and this is not gonna be surprising by any means. He's a fucking pedophile, allegedly. But
AJ?
Chris D'Elia, apparently
okay.
that dude's just a dickhead behind the scenes.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
you could.
Justin,
You could tell that he's a dickhead.
he's just
And
a, well. Oh no, I can say he said it on his podcast. Just kidding. Maverick said that on one of his podcasts that he did. But I guess they were at the Creek and they did a show, and Chris D'Elia gets off the stage, and he goes and tells, and he didn't name who the comic was, but goes tell some local comic in Austin, gets off stage, and he did. I guess he did all right, like pretty good for 10 minutes, 10, 12. Gets off, and the comic who's got to follow him, he goes, "Follow that," and walks away.
God damn.
What a
dude.
dick.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, dickhead.
Yeah.
I've been very lucky. Like the people who I've like opened for have all been very, very nice. But I have heard horses like Chris Kattan. I hear is a nightmare to work with, just from a bunch of shit that I
Yeah.
heard. But which sucks because I love Corky Romano. That was one of my favorite fucking movies growing up. So it sucks to hear that he is like a.
I mean, he's kind of a dick in that movie too.
And he's never
No,
been a
I'm just
dick to
kidding.
me, but I've just heard that he's kind of an asshole.
Some people are, dude. Some people. That's, You got to think though. A lot of comics and stuff maybe they weren't usually the popular kid, right? They were picked on and shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Well,
they're looking for that pedestal where they can shit on other people.
Yeah,
It's kind of like
yeah,
cops,
yeah.
right? Like people that are
Yeah.
cops or
No,
people
this,
that-
Yeah.
no, dude.
Right.
It's so funny you say it like that, or you bring up that example because, you tell that to like a right wing person, like, no, cops aren't like that. They're like, look,
Not all of them, but some are.
But no, a lot of them are
Yeah.
because in my old unit that I was in the National Guard, it was a lot of because it was an infantry unit, so a lot of them are police officers. And there were a couple of cops in there that were super fucking cool, great guys to hang out with,
Yeah.
whatever. But the majority of them were just fucking assholes.
Yeah, most of them are assholes.
For no
Any of the
reason.
fools that I know that are cops now that I went to high school with, fucking dicks, bro.
Yeah.
They were dicks in high school. Like they thought they were hot shit, and then they weren't hot shit, and then they're like, I'm just gonna go be a
Like,
cop.
and I understand that. I mean, I think, not police, like police departments or like policing in general, I guess, is very understaffed right now, and I get,
sure,
I
for
totally
sure.
because nobody wants to do that
Yeah.
fucking job.
Yeah, who would want to,
Yeah,
right?
I totally get that. But on the other hand, like I never understood, like 'cause they do have psych evaluations, but I never understood, like, so whenever you're going through something like buds for the SEALs, or you're going to like Ranger School or selection for Special Forces, doing stuff for MARSOC or the Raiders, I never understood, like, because they all have they have a dropout process where as they're just putting you through shit, if they see flaws in your character, they just drop you from the class.
Right.
Right. They'll either drop you from the class or the instructors will just bully you until you drop out.
Right.
I never understood why that is outside of like, they need bodies in these police departments. I never understood why that isn't applied to police training. Because that shit has to come out at some point. For sure. Because police training, it's not the hard, from what I've been told, never been through it, but from what I've been told, it's not a walk in the park.
Right.
Yeah.
But, they still put you through stressful things.
Nah, you see some punk ass cops, it has to be pretty easy.
Well, I'm sure they've laxed what they do, right?
Yeah,
Because
like
you have
just
to get
because
those
they're
numbers
understaffed,
up.
they're like,
Well, and it's just interesting because like you'll see that's a fair assumption to make, right? But then still, believe it or not, the state police, our state police has the hardest police academy, or the second hardest police academy in the nation.
I can believe
they're usually
state,
the most
I can believe
in shape
state police
cops,
officers,
too.
but
They're usually the most in shape cops, if you notice.
Well, yeah.
Not that I'm checking them out, but I'm just saying they're usually the hottest ones. No,
It's like
no.
every time I get pulled over, that
I'm like, can I suck your
jawline.
dick?
He's
You
just
know, no,
boned
just
up.
kidding.
They're like, "Do you have any weapons in the car?" I'm like, "I do now."
they're honestly
It's a small knife.
staters will write you a ticket every time. over,
dude.
Yeah.
over
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
for sure.
city cop. You know what I mean?
I will say this: I
Well,
had the,
staters are the ones that give you speeding tickets. if you
so
notice.
me and Joey fucking years ago, we were driving up to Raton to meet some of our friends. Joey's
just kidding,
dad,
I'm
Joey's
just kidding, I'm just
downstairs,
kidding, I'm just kidding.
and
Okay.
we were driving up to Raton to meet a buddy of mine or a few of our friends so we can go camping. And I was going fucking fast. I was going like 90 in a fucking whatever, right? So he pulls me over, younger guy, and he goes, he pulls me, asks my license registration, and I'm just doing the right thing, has the steering wheel. I'm like, officer, I just want to let you know.
You got pulled over like you thought you were black.
Huh?
You got pulled over like you thought you were black. Like,
No,
hands on the wheel,
I act like I'm black when I get pulled over. I'm not trying to get fucking shot neither. So I was like,
Well, then you
I was
should
like,
act the opposite.
officer, I just want to let
I
you
thought
know
you'd do the opposite for sure. Why'd you pull me over? Just
that
kidding.
we've got a handgun in every door. We've got 4 assault rifles in the back and then 2
You guys
shotguns.
going hunting?
No, camping.
But why did you need all those
Because
guns?
because you're not.
Have you ever seen a bear in the woods, dog? Like, what the fuck?
Well, no, because up in Raton is the NRA range, and it's fucking
Oh, shit.
nice.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I don't
yeah,
do guns.
It's super fucking nice. It's a beautiful shooting range. Anyway, so I was like, hey man, we got a handgun in pretty much every door. We've got like 4 assault rifles in the trunk, and we got 2 shotguns in the back. And he looks at me dead in the eyes, and he goes, "Were you gonna shoot me?"
What the fuck?
If you want.
And I was like, "No."
I'm telling you, stupid. You were gonna. I was getting to that point. You're gonna ask this question: is there weapons in the car?
Crazy.
Yes, there's 9 weapons in the car. I just want you to know now.
I was like, "No." I don't-
but I am a little hard now. I don't know.
yeah, he gave me I got a fucking nasty ticket for that. But
Dude, you know what's so
For the
wild,
guns or
dude?
for the
no, for the
speeding?
No, for speeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't give a white guy a ticket. For
That's
fucking-
no, that was
I
no,
keep
but I
saying
will
that
say
his
this.
last name's Vargas.
Well, you have to registered, I'm assuming.
No, I was going to say that's one of the beautiful things about New Mexico is you don't have to have your guns registered.
Oh, really?
No.
Like they get registered to you when you purchase them,
Yeah.
but you don't need like a license to
buy it from a
carry.
store.
You don't have to have like a piece of paper on
yeah,
you that's like,
you don't need to have a gun license.
Wow.
No, we're a fully open carry state. Like I can fucking get my handgun, and just strap it to my waist, and walk down.
Dude,
now
okay.
granted, you have to. We are a concealed carry, so that's a federal thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you have to
that's
have. You have to
If
have
you
a
hide it, you're in trouble. If you leave it open, you're not.
Yeah.
Because again, we have a lot of fucked up laws, but one of the good laws we have is your vehicle is considered an extension of your home.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can just fucking stockpile your car and no one can tell you anything. But the moment I get out of my car, get my handgun and put it in my waist and hide it,
That's illegal. And
that's
yeah,
illegal.
concealed.
Exactly.
Dude, when we went to Into the Mountain Gods,
Oh,
so
yeah.
me and Noah are sharing a room, and so Noah's like, I'm gonna take a shower, and I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting on the bed, and the TV's off, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna turn on the TV, and I can't see shit. So I go up, I'm like, where's the remote? And I'm like, oh, there it is. It's up on the mantle. And I walk up, and this fucker has his fucking Beretta just fucking sitting there, 2 clips out. I'm like, why is it
Wait
out?
a minute. Okay,
Like,
okay.
I don't understand why he freaked out. He
okay.
goes with me all the
Wait a
time.
minute.
I leave my
I hate
gun
guns,
loaded
dude.
on the
They
fucking
scare the
place.
shit out of
Wait a
me.
minute. Okay, first of all, I'm not some sort of fucking heathen. I don't carry a Beretta. All right?
Mine's a
That was the
Beretta
first
dick.
thing that came to mind. Yeah.
Mine's a Beretta.
It's a fucking CZ, and it's a well-made weapon.
So I'm a heathen now?
Yeah,
That is
those
a
are high point.
Sugar out.
Those
man.
are
This
shit
shit's crazy.
handguns, Berettas.
He just has to shoot bullets.
But well, yeah, because I'm not going to leave my. First of all, I'm not going to go on a road trip in New Mexico without a handgun. A, B, I'm not going to leave my handgun in my truck in a parking garage.
Yeah.
And C, yeah, what if you were fucking blind and you're like, hey, that's a gun, and I leave the fucking magazine
the clips
and
were
there's
out.
one.
and he shoots
It's
himself.
a magazine.
This
It's
is
not
the
a
button
clip.
to turn
It's a
on
clip.
the
like-
TV.
It's a clip. Fuck all this political correct. It's a fucking
It's not
clip.
politically correct. It's called calling.
I was in the military.
Hey,
That's
hey,
a magazine.
Hey, this is a mug.
It look,
This is a glass,
Oh,
though.
it's a clip. I would call it a clip.
This is a mug. That's
dude,
basically
it was
what you're
so
saying.
crazy because like you
Oh, I
had
see what you're
like
saying, yeah.
Thank you.
copper tipped, like they looked like there was like a tip on it, like it was copper or it was hollow.
Oh, we
point.
get their hall points, yeah.
God damn, dude.
Do that carry
That's
fucking
crazy.
no.
That's insane.
I still don't know why he freaked out. He goes every time we go out of town. I have my gun everywhere.
Yeah, guns freak me
I
out.
leave it in the cup holder when we're driving
Same,
and
they
shit.
freak me out.
Dude, that's why, and guns freak me out, and I'm too stupid to own one. I would shoot my foot or something.
No, you
I can't
wouldn't.
handle it.
He can't
Like,
even walk downstairs.
Okay,
dude.
here's a good
Dude.
subject. Okay, okay, so we'll start with AJ. Why do guns scare you?
I've had a lot of people die
Well, they should have had a gun.
from
I don't-
having like being shot by guns.
when you get shot and you don't have a gun, you want one, dude. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm mentally ill.
Okay, okay. You're liberal showing a little bit.
No, I'm being honest.
I'm a pussy.
I personally think just the liberal will come out of me a little bit. I don't think that anyone should own an assault rifle. Like, good, you can have your handguns for personal protection, and if you're gonna go hunting, you can have like a 30-06 or like a shotgun, whatever you. But like, there's really no reason to have like an assault rifle as a citizen. You know what I mean?
I don't,
Everyone will have a
actually.
No,
different.
'cause
Everyone will have a
have you ever
different
been shot
opinion
at?
I'm
on
actually
it.
Have you ever been
feeling
shot
this.
at?
No, because there's no reason.
Okay,
for
so I've been
anyone to
shot at a
well,
number of
that's
times.
your fault for being in that position.
Yeah,
You don't
you're
need to
right.
be
You're
shooting
Okay.
at them,
Well,
no?
slow down, because this is a good debate.
Yeah.
Let's handle it the right way. Okay, so your argument, if you have more to say, I want you to say it.
For sure.
But so far, your argument is that you have known people that were victims of gun violence.
Yeah.
And you believe that weapons, guns should be used in the capacity of hunting and personal sport
Protection, yeah.
and protection. Okay. So what's the argument for a citizen not owning an assault rifle? And can you define an assault rifle?
Yeah, okay, so maybe not an assault rifle, anything automatic. Like
Okay.
anyone, I don't think.
Because there's a
Yeah,
difference
fully
there.
auto.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
'cause
sure.
not all
And
assault rifles
obviously,
are
fully autos are already illegal, right, for citizens.
No, they're not anymore.
That's
The law
actually
changed.
so. It depends. So look this up. Is there a federal law banning automatic weapons? Because I don't know that there is, but I know there are states that will. Oh, I haven't looked at gun laws in a long time, but I remember reading that there are some states that allow you to have a license for
To have
automatic to have automatic weapons. But most of the time that you're allowed to have automatic weapons, you're a distributor or you are
you have some
a
kind of
weapons
clearance or
a
something like
weapons
that?
dealer.
Okay, for sure.
So go to that first one.
Buffalo.
Yeah, anything that's .org.
Buffalo
They were
wings.
banned in the Firearms Act of 1934.
Your Wi-Fi sucks.
Well, I
It's
feel like there was a
almost like
law
we're-
that just like expired here like a year and a half ago, and you were able to.
Oh
have
yeah, they were
automatic
once
now.
legal, but banned by the National Firearms Act of 1934.
Okay.
So it's been a while. What the fuck
Okay.
were
Yeah,
automatic guns in the
no,
30s?
see, so I knew this.
Wait. No, what do you? Okay, so it's okay. So it's no. Listen. So it's 1934.
Yeah.
No,
What happened in the 20s?
Great
the
Depression.
Oh,
lobsters.
World War.
No, the Great Depression and
Yeah.
Prohibition.
Prohibition.
Who was the major gangster during the Prohibition era?
Fucking, yeah, for sure.
Al Capone.
and
So
he
it's
had
against
the
Italians.
Tommy gun.
What were they?
Yeah, okay.
What were they known for? They're Tommy guns.
Tommy guns. I
those are
forgot about
badass
those.
guns too.
And I've seen, because I know that.
Look up during when did Prohibition happen? Look that up. So I'm not talking out of my ass here.
Because they're illegal to manufacture in the United States, but when I was reading that, I know someone whose dad had an old gun from the military from his dad that was fully automatic from like the 20s.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the 20s to the 30s. Okay, so yeah, right after 33, that thing was in 34.
Yeah, for
That makes sense. But no, it's not illegal to manufacture automatic weapons in the United States because there are a lot. You can go to Calibers right now and you can. No, not Cal. No, they don't allow it here. But I know. Well, funny enough, in Alabama, where a lot of my family lives, you
all
can
the
go.
cousin
Well, they
fuckers are.
have. They're allowed. They allow. It's a bit expensive, but you can shoot a machine gun at their firing range.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
And I gotta say, man, again, from personal experience, machine guns are fucking fun. Those,
Yeah,
but
they're
they can't be that accurate if you're fucking.
They can be.
You know what I mean?
If you know how to use them properly, they're very
But
accurate.
If you're military trained.
Yeah. But that's with every weapon. If you're trained on how to use it properly,
Yeah.
it's not, dude, you can teach anybody to use a machine gun in 30 minutes. Now, to be accurate with it, it takes hours, but how to use it, operate it, maintain it,
Yeah, like the
30
basics.
minutes to an hour. They are not that complicated of weapons to use. So anyway, back to your original point. For
sure.
So, no automatic weapons. And so how do you feel about just the very general AR platform?
I think that they're too accessible for people that don't need to have access for them. To
Okay.
them, you know what I mean? It's really to like you can like build your own and just like order all the parts online now and like have like a fully made gun. You could be like 14 ordering that shit if you know how to do it.
That's not true.
I mean, if you know how to like.
I mean, you
like,
can have a gun.
Order it
I had
under
a gun
your
when I was
parents'
13.
name or something. You know what I mean? Like it's too accessible.
but to have this conversation, you need to go in with the understanding that we're doing this all legally.
Okay,
Yeah.
all legally. Yeah. So it's just like where it like touches me and like my heart comes into play is where fucking like little kids die. You know what I mean? Like that crazy guy shouldn't have ever had a fucking access to an assault rifle. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I'm not saying that if someone goes in with a pistol, that they're not going to do just as much damage.
Right.
But you can do a lot more damage with an assault rifle in a shorter period of time. You know what I mean? And that's honestly where my just like
But that's all God's fault, right? Because he let that happen.
Okay, let's have a real conversation about
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So
Sorry,
like,
I had to.
so like my best friend died. He was killed. He was murdered by an AR-15. Most of the kids that die in fucking school shootings, it's AR-15s.
Was it at a school shooting?
No, it wasn't at a school shooting.
Where was he
at Baca Domingo Park.
So it was like a
Oh, okay, I think I
drive-by
remember.
gang
They,
related.
they were robbing him
Okay.
Right.
for weed, which is
Yeah.
stupid. And like,
Which happens.
yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying it's okay that it happened. I'm saying like, it happens a lot in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I don't know. That shit just scares me, bro. Like you can just take someone's life at like any second with that. And I've just like seen other people with like accidents. Like when you see, I had this other kid that I grew up with that he was showing his friend like a gun that he was gonna sell. And it was loaded. Shot himself in the face. You know what I mean? Like died.
Whoa, okay, back up. Okay. So
On accident.
run that one more time.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Like he was like showing it off, like trying to sell it to another kid, and whatever he was doing, somehow gun went off.
Was this a handgun, assault rifle?
Assault rifle.
How old were they?
How the fuck did he do that?
16, 17.
Okay, so they were illegally handling firearms.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe some people, there is a reason for people to have them, but there should be more like rigorous testing, like how you were saying, like the the assault, or what do you call it, special ops people get tested like more than cops. You know what I mean?
I was saying that in the respect of like, so when these guys are trying to get in like the Ranger units or the Green Berets, the SEALs, whenever they're going through these extremely hard training, they call them training exercises now, but they're just getting the shit kicked out of them, right?
Sure.
They're trying to get the objective of the cadre is to break them down mentally and physically to see who their character really is.
Sure.
Are this like, for instance, a great example is like, so in SEALs when they're carrying the logs, are they going to bear their weight under the log, or are they going to try to loosen their weight? But if they loosen their weight, it bears on the rest of the team. So if you're that kind of person, we're not going to have you a part of the the Navy SEALs. That's what I was saying psychologically.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like obviously that rigorous, but maybe if you're gonna own a weapon like that, they should like up the background checks. Maybe you should have to like turn in fucking passwords to all your shit so that they can look up that they can see that you've never looked up that you want to commit a mass shooting, or like, you know what I mean? You've never like been into that stuff. I just feel like there should be more ways to prevent like gun violence from happening before.
Okay.
Like it should just before the laws should be as loose as they are now.
So, do you have anything else to say?
Are grenades legal?
Yeah.
No, they're not. No, you know what? No, actually, you know what? That's a good. I'm so glad you asked that, because I think that you asking that is like a small microcosm into how uneducated people are when it comes to weapons laws.
Or how
Shit,
educated
I have
he
no
is.
idea.
No,
have
I think
no
the
clue.
so here's okay. So I think the easiest one to tackle is the last one you just said. That was such a stupid question. It made me lose my train of thought.
You didn't have to say that.
What did you just say?
Just that there should be like more rigorous testing. And I don't mean to like sound.
Oh no, you're saying but you were talking about giving up passwords and shit. Okay, so the easiest way to take that one apart is the Patriot Act or the Patriot Act 2. Funny enough, it's called the Patriot Act 2, which is ridiculous. So I guess to answer that, I would answer that with a question: has America become a better country when the government has more surveillance on you?
I would say, yeah. I mean, I obviously, that's a hard question to like answer, because it's like I feel like it's yes and no at the same time.
And I'm not convinced that it is.
No.
Okay. So in
Because more of that shit happens.
so since the Patriot Act happened after 9/11, and 9/11 hasn't happened since then, right?
Okay.
Well, not yet.
Okay,
Exactly. So it hasn't happened. So
Okay, but-
technically we're a safer country.
Okay, but in the respect of gun violence, right? So if the government, and I don't even want to get into 9/11 right now, because that's such a whole other conversation.
That was a plane, not a gun.
But no, in the respect
Plane
of
violence.
okay, so in the wake of 9/11, they enact the Patriot Act, right? Well, really, in the wake of the fucking Iraq War, they enact the Patriot Act, right? So it basically becomes part of TSA it created the Department of Homeland Security, and the ideal was terror prevention. Let's call it that, right? As a blanket term, terror prevention. Do you consider mass shootings a terror act?
Domestic terror, yeah.
But do you consider it a terror act?
I would say yeah.
Okay. has the Patriot Act and its sequel, or whatever you want to call it, right?
No.
Has it made America a safer place?
No, but you could also say that it wasn't as safe before either, because school shootings have been going on since the 80s, 70s.
Okay.
I mean, there was.
But have they gone up since?
Probably. We'd have to look, but yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
they're
Okay.
more.
So,
Now
and
than
I
they
just
were then.
I bring that up as a
And I would say, real sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
you're good, yeah.
I would say that it's probably gone up, and this is a whole other thing to go into because of social media. I think that's like a fact. Like,
I think
school
it's an
shootings have
element.
skyrocketed since social media has been a thing. Because like online bullying, you can dig into someone way more than you can in person. You know
But I
what
think
mean?
a bigger like added element that's like a lateral step to social media are prescription medications. For
sure.
So and that's my second point into what you're talking about, because basically what you're saying when you're saying like turn over passwords, you're talking about surveillance, right?
Yeah.
So you're not only talking about surveillance into the social media and web search and stuff like that, you're really talking about surveillance of a person like their whole life, right? Meaning, because I've heard this talked about a lot with red flag laws, right? So you guys know what red flag laws are, right? Okay. So do you know what that is? No. So basically, what that means is, let's say, for argument's sake, AJ and his girlfriend, they get married, right? And AJ owns an assault rifle, and because we are a red flag, look that up. Is New Mexico a red flag state? And then also,
yeah.
and then I'm pretty sure we are.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
But from what I understand about red flag laws is essentially, let's say AJ owns an assault rifle, a pistol, he owns a firearm, right? And let's say his girlfriend, and I'm not even going to add like extracurriculars onto it, or like they're mad at each other or she's crazy or whatever. But let's say his girlfriend decides to, go that one. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? All right, get rid of that bullshit.
Oh, it's not gonna show it.
Yeah, but we are a red flag state. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say his girlfriend believes that for whatever reason, and she has to have, just like any other like civil or criminal case, she has to have actual evidence. Let's say she says that AJ is an actual threat to society, right?
Yeah.
She can call APD. Or go down to the police station and fill a report on him and have it filed under the red flag law, like a blanket law
so
thing.
that keeps the watch on
So
him.
what happened? No. So what happens is if she submits that report and they investigate what she submits, right? They audit it, not investigate, like audit that pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And they decide that he is a threat to society. So now it's not even anyone really attached to the situation. It's a third party deciding whether or not you are a threat to society. They, depending on what the judge signs off on, because from what I understand, there's levels to a red flag investigation, right? It's ranging from like just a knock on the door, like, hey man, are you doing okay? Like a health and wellness check.
Yeah.
All the way up to like, hey, we're calling in the SWAT team to fucking kick down your door. We're going to arrest you on site, throw you in a cell, interrogate, whatever, right? It's all these different types of things, all based off of a report that his girlfriend made. And then you can add things onto it where it's like, oh, was she mad at him? Did he cheat on her? Is he trying to break up with her? Are they trying to get divorced? They're married at this point right now. So like, is he trying to get a divorce? Like all that type of shit, right? So that's my issue with red flag laws. But then originally I was saying about surveillance is, so an argument that I've heard a lot is people that are on prescription medications or have been on prescription medications shouldn't be able to hold firearms. And then adjacent to that, it's people that have medical marijuana cards. Because there's a stupid fucking conflation. Okay, well, I'll get to that. But there's a stupid conflation with people that smoke weed shouldn't be able to own firearms. I think that's fucking retarded. So
I smoke. I just want to shoot the ops.
So your op is a fucking munchkin. All right.
It's a top
The rest
shelf.
of the lollipop.
So
guild.
the lollipop guild.
It's like fuck you and those residuals.
So hey, don't forget to change the cameras.
No,
So my point in bringing this
Monologue
my point in bringing this up is, so I've been on prescription medication in the past, right? It's like antipsychotic medication. I've been on those in the past. If I had gotten reported through a red flag law, depending on the state, I potentially would have had my weapons taken away from me because I was on This is how fucked up this law is, right? Because I was on prescription medication that the Army prescribed me. As an infantryman, I was allowed to still be on, like, there wasn't really a line for the deployment, but I was allowed to sit in a guard tower with a machine gun and still be on medication. Like, the Army allows that, right? But then on civilian side, there are people pushing for, hey, you shouldn't be allowed to have prescription medication and own a firearm. right? So that's what you get into the stickiness with surveillance, right? So then you get into the conversation about another thing you brought up was you're able to kill more people quicker with an assault rifle than you are a handgun. Okay. Assault rifles are more accurate. This is true because you have a stock, right? You have something to press it against you. You're able to mitigate the kick, the recoil thing. You mitigate recoil, and you're more accurate in theory. However, you can modify, like a Glock is a great example. You can modify a Glock to give it a stock, and it's still magazine fed.
For sure.
Right? Granted, you don't have 30 rounds. You have a maximum, I think,
20.
The biggest extended magazine for a Glock is like 22 rounds.
Unless you're going to get a drum.
Right? But then, I was going to say, there are some weapons. Now, granted, most of those drums fucking suck, and they double feed like crazy, and the springs are usually terrible. But you can get 50-round drums for handguns.
Where can I get one of those?
Online.
Just kidding.
Literally fucking online.
Fuck your wrist. That's
So,
heavy as fuck.
not really. I mean, if not a bitch, but you know.
It would fuck him up.
So my
Zimming and you got that shit down.
my basic argument, because now granted I'm very like
Pro gun.
I'm pro gun, but I'm like extremist to a point. I think you should be able to own machine guns. Like I think you should be able to
RPGs?
own. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
Civil War's coming. I want one. You know?
I think you should be able to own basically anything outside of explosives, right? Because that's when you start because explosives you start to involve chemistry, and the grand majority of the populace does not understand proper chemistry of how to even. Like, here's a great example. So an ex-friend of mine, I've always thought he was a piece of shit, and it just took a long time for our friend group to really come around to it. So this guy that I went to high school with, and we knew each other for a long time in our friend group, he decided that it would be a great fucking idea because he lived here for a minute and then went back to his where he originally grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada. In 2020, at the height of the fucking Black Lives Matter riots, he decided that it would be a great fucking idea for him and like two other idiots that got kicked out of the reserves as well, that they would make a bunch of fucking pipe bombs and go blow up a fucking Black Lives Matter riot, right, or protest.
This is somebody you were friends with?
That I used to be friends with, yeah. Because at this point, we stopped talking to him. At this point, we stopped talking to him. We weren't friends with him anymore. We just literally found out about him again because we saw that. It was funny. So you know how like Snapchat has like the tiles you can click on? It was during the pandemic, and I was scrolling through fucking Snapchat, and his mugshot was on one of the tiles. And I was like, yo, look up. I knew it. Look up Andrew Lynam, Lynam, Las Vegas. And this dude and three other idiots that got kicked out of the reserves decided to try to make pipe Lynam. NAM.
I got
Okay.
you.
Okay. See, it comes up with sentence immediately.
Damn.
Yeah. So, yep. That first.
Joint
Yep. Right there. That
task
first one. Right there. That
force,
first one. Right there. Yep.
3 men who allegedly soul plane. No.
So we'll scroll up to the headline. So, Joint Terrorism Task Force charges 3 men who allegedly sought to exploit protests in Las Vegas and incite violence. So scroll down.
Where's the mugshot?
See if it has it on there. So go back and then just go to images.
To get that or subscription.
So anyway, thankfully their plans didn't fucking follow through because those idiots didn't know. Yep, that's him. Yep, that's him. That's Andrew Lynam.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, they call each other they call each other the Boogaloo Boys. They were part of that
What?
stupid fucking movement. Yeah, dude.
And this was from New Mexico?
Yeah, dude, so go to the 3 mugshots.
Fuck that guy.
So the dude on the far right. So the first 2 guys.
They look like jihadists.
They're all on the phone.
They're fucking idiots, dude. So the first 2 guys, left to right, the first 2 ended up getting, like, I think, 18, 20 years or so. The guy in the far right was deemed the leader, and they found child pornography on his fucking thing. Of course. So he ended up getting, I think, 45 years or some shit.
For
Yeah,
sure.
so fuck all of them. My point is, though, thankfully they weren't smart enough to figure out how to actually put a pipe bomb together to where it would ignite. So nothing ever happened. They got caught before it would happen. They're like, oh yeah, your explosives suck anyway. My point is, like, I'm to the point where it's like, you should be able to own any weapon you want outside of explosives.
Right.
Because there's that side of the fucking spectrum where they don't know how to use it properly. But then there's the other side of the spectrum where you give people too many tools, you have real issues, right?
Sure.
You have real issues. So, but yeah, man, and the beginning of it is, and I hate to sound like a fucking super right-wing Republican about it, but I think it's the truth. When the Constitution was written, you got to remember they were leaving a borderline tyrannical rule under the king and the queen, where it was like, hey, this is a bunch of bullshit. We're getting taxed to no end, yada yada yada, and we're sick of these fucking redcoats. So it's like, hey, we need the ability to fight back, and there were strict anti-weapon, like muskets at that time, obviously, but strict anti-weapon laws at the time. So they're like, yeah, if the government gets out of control, the people need to have an ability to fight back.
Right.
And now the obvious counter to that is, well, the fucking U.S. government has fighter pilots, and they have tanks, and they have all these things. Well, I have a theory that a lot of rice farmers in Vietnam would have to disagree about whether or not people with assault rifles can fight back against the government.
Right.
Because we got fucking smacked in Vietnam.
Right.
That's just a recorded fact, right? So that's the first thing, is I think that because I think it's inevitable.
That's the first time I've heard them called rice farmers. That's an interesting slur.
That's not a slur. That's what they were.
I've heard all kinds. Never like you rice farmer.
Yeah, now if I called them zipper heads, that would be a very different.
Ouch. Please use the other one. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you know why why that's a slur?
Zipperheads?
Yeah.
No. Tell
Do you
me.
want to learn? Okay. So what happened is,
You want to learn?
So it came. So it came.
Like the encyclopedia
So I
slur.
believe
Racism.
So yeah, well, it's a funny word, dude. Come on. So it came. It came out of World War II when we were fighting the Japanese, and then obviously because Americans can be fucking racist in times of terror or just stress, they applied it to the Vietnamese as well. So when we were fighting the Japanese and our tanks, maybe it was only Vietnam. Now that I think, because I don't remember. No, because they
You gotta
weren't.
stop calling the rest
Well,
of
no,
them
because
that.
no, because there weren't. Well, no, because there weren't. I don't remember if we had a lot of tanks on the Pacific Front. I don't remember. Anyway,
In Japan?
So we were. Yeah.
Yeah, we had
We did,
tanks.
right? Yeah. Okay. I just had a brain fart. So anyway, so what would happen is when the tanks would run over the Japanese soldiers,
Would leave the.
it would look like a zipper.
Yeah. the
Wow.
imprint from the-
Yeah.
That's
That's
interesting.
crazy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, we did. We did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just had a fucking. Except the tiger tank. No, that's German. Tiger tanks are German. Anyway.
I feel like gun violence is always going to be an issue and probably always has been. I would never be against the Constitution at all. That's fucking crazy.
saying people shouldn't be able to own assault rifles is against the Second Amendment.
For sure, I know. But also
But so you just contradict yourself.
they wrote the amendments when they thought that black
guys
people should
running?
be slaves. So
Okay. So that's a whole. If you want to bring that up, that's totally
we don't
fair.
we don't have
no,
to,
that's totally fair. But I can
like, they were probably a little.
But I can dismantle that too because they weren't crazy. No. Slavery at the time was not crazy. That's
I
the
know
whole
it
point.
wasn't. No, they didn't.
No, it wasn't.
What are we
didn't-
talking
they
about?
didn't- Obviously, they didn't know any better.
Yeah.
But to a certain extent, just as a human being that like is like I feel like morally correct.
Okay,
you
so
should know that you shouldn't be beating the shit out of that person and making them do work for you. You know what I mean? Like there was some people that.
So when you think about
weren't
slavery at the
slave
time, and
owners.
obviously thousands of years beforehand, when you think about it, you got to think it through the lens of a class system, right? Because that's how it was back then. All around the world, everybody
100%.
enslaved everybody, and it wasn't like. So, for instance, if you look like in the Bible, when the Bible talks about slaves, it was against biblical and a lot of Jewish law to beat your slave. It was against the law to beat your slave, to rape your slave, to do all these things because they
Took all the
weren't
fun out of it.
because they,
Sorry, I just lighten the mood.
because it wasn't well because it what that's how you lighten the mood.
I'm like, yeah.
You don't lighten anything, bro. You broke my stairs. You broke my mic.
No, I did not break your stairs.
Take the light out
The
of your
stairs broke
vocabulary.
me.
Take the light out of your vocabulary.
But my point of bringing that up is like there were laws in a lot of different cultures about how to treat your slave
sure.
because it wasn't necessarily like yes, they were lesser than you, but that didn't mean you should be treating them extremely poorly, right? Because they were lower than you in the
This is gonna
class.
be
For
the
sure, and I mean,
clip
in a way, I mean, we're all still slaves. We fucking
Well,
the way
that's
that
a
we're-
philosophical
you know what I mean?
conversation.
But
let's,
Kanye did tell us.
let's
told
keep
us
it.
that was a banger song.
Let's keep it less philosophical and more like
sure, for
recorded
sure.
history, right? So back then, when
I mean, that was recorded.
when it became when it was slavery, like way back then, it was again more along the lines of a class system, right? Sure. It was like you were born into this. This is what you're. Unfortunately, that's just how it was. Sure. Now, granted, am I saying it's okay that they fucking took a bunch of people, ported them across the sea, and made them work? Not at all. Yeah. But that was the norm back then. They were and I'd hate to assume this but it was probably the truth that when all these people came over, like, hey, we're gonna fucking find new land. Right, way before the revolution, when they was going to go find new land, right, in the name of Spain, in the name of England, whatever, they were probably looking at their fucking itinerary and they're like, okay, we have all these things to plant, we have all these tools, we have clothes, we have all the people. Well, we need the workers. For sure. And that's just what they fucking did. It's an unfortunate part of history, but it's the truth, right? So I wouldn't necessarily say like, yeah, they were writing the Constitution, they didn't think. And they're like, also, well, they own slaves. It's like, no, like that was just the way of life. And they realized back then. Now, granted, should they have realized that, hey, if we're going to make all men, right, all men free and equal, right? Should they have included slaves? 100%. Sure. But that's how ingrained in their mindset through generations of just how the world is that slaves, even though there were laws protecting them, slaves weren't. They were workers. Yeah. Unfortunately. And that just didn't apply to black slaves. That was white slaves. Yeah, that was everybody across the world, right? So anyway, my point is that when they were writing the Constitution, they're like, okay, we don't want to go through what we just went through. That's why we're building the whole country. That's why we're going to risk everything to fight these fucking redcoats where we are right now. So when we come out of this, we need to lay the groundwork now so that if any of this nonsense happens again, the people are able to fight back, right? For sure, yeah, 100%. Now, granted, could they have envisioned fucking fighter pilots and supersonic missiles and laser-guided systems? No, definitely not. But the same thing still applies. If you look back in the 60s, we had fucking helicopters. We had machine guns. We have the ability to take over countries. But again, some fucking rice farmers over there just weren't having it, and they fought to the death. No, for real. They fought to the fucking death. Yeah. So I don't know, man. So that's the main reason that I am very radical when it comes to like gun laws. Like, we really do need to have the ability to fight back against a tyrannical government, and even like turn into like a smaller version of it, right? So let's say like a draft happens, right? I'm not saying this is going to be me, but potentially somebody else, right? Let's say this is what's going to happen. When the draft happens, who's going to enforce it? The government. Who's the government going to send out? It's going to be the National Guard, and it's going to be local police. So what's going to happen is if your number gets pulled, or any of our numbers get pulled, right? Probably not yours because you're like late 30s into your 40s,
he's
right?
Fat, so they won't take him.
Right? Well, no,
take fat.
No. Your number will get pulled. You might get medically disqualified, but your number will get pulled. Yeah, so what'll happen is they'll come to you. They'll fucking knock on your door and say, Mr. DeLeon, we have your draft orders here. Please come with us to the nearest processing station so you can get whatever. And if you're a fucking gun-owning patriot that fucking that doesn't agree, and you also happen to not agree, if you happen to not agree with the war you're about to get drafted into, I see a lot of Americans being like, hey, listen, man, I know you're doing your job, but you can either leave my property right now and say I wasn't here, or we're not really going to have a conversation anymore. We can really, and Cletus is in the back fucking.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
It sucks because you don't like. You don't wish for shit like that to happen, but it could happen. All the hundreds of troops that they're sending to back Israel right now is crazy. So I don't believe in guns. I would fight to not do that.
So that's okay. So then what you've just told me is you don't believe in guns until they're convenient for you.
I feel like until I have no other choice. Okay, until it's the very But
I imagine those aren't available. But
also,
at that point.
But also just to I guess like cover the whole thing. I'm also a firm believer. If you don't like what's going on in the United States, leave. Like if you don't 100%, and maybe one day I'll fucking leave. I fucking love the Netherlands, you know.
Because I like that argument until you really start picking it apart. Where it's like, well, a lot of people that don't like most people can't leave the country. They have the means to, whatever. So fix what you have here. But I like that on like a Again, I'm more of a philosophical
For
level.
sure.
Where
Like
it's
if you don't
like
agree
it,
with
get the
it
fuck
and
out.
you're not morally okay with what people are doing, and like if you genuinely believe people shouldn't have guns, or like if I want to have kids one day but I'm scared to send them to school because something could
which is
happen,
a real fear.
fucking leave then. Leave
So-
and do it somewhere where the school shootings don't happen, and don't complain about the conditions and like the less like, I guess, how do you say it, like quality of life that you live in, because we probably have the best quality of life that you can live in a country, you know what I mean?
We're up there.
Yeah. And so
Well, and what's sad though is I'm not smart enough to really like add more substance to this conversation when it comes to like the quality of life in America. While we are in the upper echelons, it's quickly declining. Unfortunately,
sure.
it is quickly declining.
But I mean, you've been to Africa. I've been like,
It's horrible over there.
I've been everywhere around Europe. I mean, I've been France, Amsterdam, all those places. They have nothing on the United States, bro. There's so many more amenities that we have here. Like, we're so, like, Americans, I feel like we're so fucking spoiled. I felt like a little crybaby brat out there.
You know how great we are right now? We are
for
out
sure.
here debating on how the government should be ran, and we're not going to get arrested for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We are broadcasting
Other
this
countries, you'd be
pirate
dead tomorrow.
radio.
yeah, to where anyone can see this,
For sure.
and we're not going to get arrested for it, right? And I guess, and the second major point I want to bring up on the gun conversation is, and I think we're starting to lose this as like a culture, but there is and I don't think a lot of people want to like really recognize it for some reason. Not anyone in this room, I don't think, but like in general, I think a lot of people don't want to recognize that there is an element to America where it's like, fuck you, don't tell me what to do.
For sure, 100%.
If there's and the more professional way of putting it is self-governance, right?
Yeah.
But the fun way to put it is fuck you, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
If I'm a responsible gun owner and I want to do what I want with my guns within the left and right limits of the law, fuck you, dude.
sure, 100%.
If I want to cuddle my AR, if I want to cuddle,
He looks like he does.
listen, dude, I'm not gonna lie. If I bought, listen,
He's like, I have to cuddle.
listen, no, if I bought a fucking a 240, it's a
Yeah, I know
it's
what
a bigger
240
machine
is.
gun, right? If I bought a 240, I would probably cuddle it for the first night. Just to say, like, I have you, you're mine.
He'd just be all
But like,
hard dick.
yeah,
fucking cuddling
dude.
his
But it's like,
gun.
yeah, if I want to fucking do whatever I want with my guns within the limits of the law,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Fuck you for telling me otherwise.
I agree with that.
Because that's a real issue that I have with the Democratic Party right now is they are strictly and by every measurable metric, they are against self-governance, and I don't like it. And that's what's going to be the real undermining factor of this country.
They definitely are. And I feel like another good point is like Democratic, Republican or not, just if instead of saying, because I said, I think like, yeah, like leave if you don't, but there's also like vote. Go and fucking vote for like the smaller people. Don't go and vote for like the smaller elections. Like
I see what you're saying. Yes.
If you want to make a change, also
Assuming
vote
we have
for
free
it
and fair
so that you
elections.
can so you can stay American citizen instead of having to leave somewhere. But like if you want to make a change that much, vote. And if you're gonna and if you want it to be changed, like advocate for people to vote for that too. You know, if you care enough. You know
Could I pose a question to you?
Yeah.
Because I'll be completely honest, I do want to change your mind about guns. Do you think you have the stance you do about guns because you haven't had enough positive interactions with weapons?
No, I've seen. I mean,
It's a Dr. Phil ass question.
Yeah,
no,
no.
like
No, that's a real question.
No, it is. But
It is.
like
It's a good
my
question.
Because like let's say if I were to like
let you sleep with his gun.
no, if I were to take you, we had
I've been to a shooting range. I've shot guns. I've
Right.
had fun like shooting the fucking tiles and shit like that up in the air. Like with my parents have guns, my brother, they all have guns. I just personally don't. It's some Oppenheimer ass shit. I don't fucking think that anyone should have like the capacity at any point to take someone's life away from them.
But have you ever been in a situation where it should happen?
Yeah, I've been in
Because
I've been in situations that like probably everyone sitting here couldn't even like imagine. You know, like
Yeah.
gun to my
We
head.
could talk about it.
fucking
I have too.
in the Mesa. You know what I mean? Like I've had crazy
Yeah.
when I was a
Right.
fucking an idiot kid.
okay.
And
So then just to here, let me pose a question to that then. If you're being honest with yourself, were there any steps you could have made personally that would have not put you in that situation?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
So then, is that a weapons law issue or is that a personal issue?
It's a personal. That is a personal issue.
So then it kind of gets X out of the conversation then.
For sure. I think I will never be comfortable with guns because there's little kids that get fucking murdered.
Guns are scary as
slaughtered
shit.
with them.
Okay, so then, so here's
They
something
just
that I've
scare
always
me.
thought about,
Yeah, they
right?
scare me.
I'll pose this then. Here's something I've always thought about. And the conventional argument against this is, oh, the country doesn't have enough money or whatever. And obviously, after all the money we've sent to Ukraine and all the money we increases into Israel, it's a bunch of bullshit, right?
Healthcare, yeah.
But what I've always thought about is because the clear reaction to like more gun laws is like, yeah, because of school shootings. Or the reasoning for, not the reaction, but the reasoning for it's school shootings. Okay. Would it not make a lot of sense to set aside federal money to give to the states based on how many public schools they have, right? Let's say, K through 12, right? So no colleges, just K through 12. A lot of colleges have private security.
For sure.
So would it not make a lot of sense for the government to set aside, let's call it a stipend, to make it simple, right, for each state based on the amount of public schools they have, the amount of gun violence they have in the areas or whatever, to help the schools pay for private security, and then put an emphasis on that private security to be veterans that need a job.
100%. Let's do like that. Would be I wish that there's a lawmaker out there that would fight for that more. There's so much money that we could fucking put into stuff like that. And then also to put on top of that, how much are these schools making off of like the NIL fucking money that they make now, like the scholarship money that athletes are allowed to receive?
I'm just talking K through 12.
No, that's not. Yeah, K through 12. Like high school athletes now are making. There's some that are making millions of dollars.
What?
Really?
I don't believe that.
No,
for
I
a
swear. Look
second.
it up.
Please find that out.
I know.
Yeah, please look that up.
I personally know like of athletes online. Like that baby Gronk kid is already getting NIL. Fucking. It's a whole thing that they
Look
changed.
up what the NIL scholarship is.
It's not a scholarship. It's a fund where you're able to get. Like where you're able to get money to put, like you weren't able to do that before, like social media
think it was
wise,
just college,
sponsorship wise. No, it's high school. I promise you.
How to get started?
High school. See, look.
So here's where I differ from you guys on
stand-up
that
profit.
aspect about the security and stuff. I really think it's a bigger thing about
forgetting to put
mental
it on
health
the
of people that get to that point where they feel like that's the next step is go shoot a bunch of kids.
Okay, so and that's something. Thank
I
you for
feel
saying
like
that.
there's a whole other thing
'cause-
that's totally ignored.
Because there was a point
For sure,
there was a point I had in my head that I wanted to bring up. Thank you for reminding me. What would be considered like the anti-gun stances that I have is I'm in full support of, if you're gonna go buy a gun, you should have a background check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felons should not be able to own weapons. Now, granted, I also think that some felons, like there should be a system in place where like you should be able to get felonies taken off your record if you really have
Expunged.
reform.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, because
You
people
get-
do
you
change
get a lot
after
of stuff
time. I'm not
expunged.
Right.
the person I was 20.
I think if it's not I think if it's not a violent felony, it drops off in like 18 years or something
Non-violent,
like that.
non-violent felonies are bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
The term non-violent felony is an oxymoron, in my opinion.
Well, except for like for someone watching child porn and shit. That's
Okay, but is that not participating in violence against a
well,
kid?
if you're
though?
just watching.
true. It is. I guess it's violence against.
Well, that's a good.
I wasn't advocating.
But
for
no,
that.
but no, you're not advocating. But
I'm just trying
that's
to
a
be funny,
good like
goddammit.
legal question, right? It's like
Yeah.
you're just watching. You're not filming. You're not trafficking.
it's still wrong.
But you're also like supporting. And I don't think any lawmaker would go against anything involving kids, especially in that capacity.
What about like
Have you not pulled up a
white-collar
link?
crimes? Huh?
Huh?
Like white collar
He's
crimes.
already moved on to
like
something
counting,
else.
those are felonies. Those are non-violent at all.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't,
that's what he's referring
I
to.
don't think those should be
stuff like that,
felonies.
yeah.
Oh, I get you. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think they should be felonies.
Yeah.
I
don't
was
think-
reading it.
I don't think these people that are able to game the system and steal millions of dollars from a company from like
it's
a
just punk.
right. I don't think that should be in the same category as a serial rapist.
Yeah, tax crimes and counterfeiting. No.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I heard.
well, here's
Public
something that-
intoxication. No.
Well, here's another thing that I'm thinking of as we're having this conversation, right?
No,
Like,
no,
we keep
what's the NIL shit
circling
he was
around-
talking about? Find that.
Oh yeah, the NIL thing. It was
He already passed. He's like, I'm already on to something else.
fuck your.
You can have millions of tabs open, dude. It's cool.
Yeah, your mouse is fucking crazy.
No, it's just the refresh rate because I'm running fucking two monitors and we're streaming.
Well, here, watch real quick.
so
I,
sure,
I want to
yeah.
talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this
go
real
ahead. Yeah,
quick.
go ahead,
So
yeah.
we keep talking about and we keep circling around school shooting, this and that. The majority of gun violence and shit is not school shootings.
For sure.
Right?
Correct.
And we can now, mind you, I'm sure you know because you've been hood, you've done shit like that. You know of plenty of people that have been shot and killed and stuff that's never been reported. That doesn't make the news,
for sure.
Right? Like that shit doesn't happen. Like I was actually just reached out to one of my dudes I hadn't talked to in a while. Found out his son was defending somebody at a gas station because he was beating up his old lady, so he was trying to stop it, and he got killed.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, you don't hear about all that shit on the news. So we're really circling around a small percentage of what really happens.
No, for sure.
Right? And the majority of a lot of the crimes, right, a lot of this gun stuff, a lot of times, they're not supposed to fucking have a gun anyway.
Right.
Right? They're not registered owner. They didn't fucking go and get it
correctly. Oh, yeah, no, I was just zeroing in on the school shootings. It's easy, it's easy to dismantle.
There's a lot bigger, nut to crack.
Well, and that's a great point to bring up as well is, we've seen, like, so the places that have the heaviest gun laws don't prevent gun violence.
No.
And it's a very generic answer, but Chicago.
Yeah, or New York. You're not supposed to have a gun. People die all the time.
And people,
here we go, though.
Okay.
Yeah, NIL is sweeping the nation as 19 states and counting allow high school student athletes to profit from their name, image, and likeness.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Well, because
New Mexico is not one of them.
So
no, of course not.
So I'm willing to bet.
What states are those? Are they red or blue?
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just
well, I would imagine that that law or that or whatever that is. I'd imagine that came out of. So what was it, like 3 years ago? They finally allowed college athletes to make money, which is insane that they couldn't anyway.
No, yeah, that was a racket for sure.
Insane.
Yeah. The colleges.
They gave. I'm glad. Shout out Reggie Bush. They gave him back his Heisman Trophy.
I heard about
that. They took
that.
it away because he made a lot of money, like signing jerseys and signing shit, like Johnny Manziel did.
Right.
But I'm telling you, there's high school athletes that are making $1 million because they're that popular on social media.
I wish I wasn't fat.
Obviously, you're a lot more like following sports inclined more than I am. Has there been another major athlete, right? I'm sure it's happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Something like major athletes. The big story behind LeBron James was he went straight from high school to the NBA, right?
So they changed that law after I think there was a couple people after that that did it. Like I think maybe like Amari Stoudemire in like 2006 they changed it to where you couldn't go straight from high school. You had to have at least I think 2 years of college.
Right.
So it was a policy from the NBA. It wasn't a law.
A policy from any like professional sports besides like soccer and baseball.
Sean Kemp was the first one.
But
to
like
do it,
the contact.
What sport does he play?
He was an NBA player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Celtics.
But the last big player was like Zion Williamson.
Oh, I know who he is.
Had to
Okay.
go. He had to go to Duke, but he only went 2 years. So most of the time, you're seeing all these people only go 2 years in college and leaving right away, or like redshirting their freshman year, playing their sophomore year, so technically only playing 1 year and then leaving right away.
And redshirting is like the third string, right?
Yeah, you're on the team, but you really don't play.
Like practice squad?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So that way you don't
Also,
have
I would
like injuries
assume,
and shit, right?
If you're like on the fast track to the NBA and you do have to go to college, you're gonna major in something like sports medicine or whatever, and they understand that you're trying to get to the NBA, so they're just like, here's an A.
Sure.
Like I'm sure they're not caring too much.
And I'm sure it's an easy way for the colleges to pad their fucking stats, too, as far as academics
100%.
go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think that they've came to the realization that there's not a lot of grown men coming out of high school anymore because you're playing with grown men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the level of competition, that's why there's only a Michael Jordan, a Kobe, and a LeBron. You know what I mean? Like
that makes sense.
There's 3 of them that are up there on Mount
So,
Rushmore.
again, I'm very ignorant to athletics in general. But is Steph Curry not in that conversation anymore?
Steph Curry is one of the best shooters of all time, and like basketball wise. But Steph Curry, an 18-year-old Steph Curry, could never play in the NBA. Think about how small he was. Like he's a little guy. He was.
Well, there used to be Muggsy Bogues, dude. He was only fucking 5'3".
Yeah, but watch. I'll show you. Watch. Not on my phone. Look up. Steph.
Who's
Curry.
the other short one? I can't
Steph
remember.
Curry went to some
76,
fucking Division III school. But look up Steph Curry at age 18.
Okay.
Was he a twig or what?
Watch.
You spend a lot of time checking out young NBA players, dude. That's kind of.
Oh my God.
No, that's when he first came to the NBA. Look at him when he's 8. You got to find him
Let me see.
That's.
I don't think it's legal to.
That's
look.
even out of high school, or that's out of college.
Why are you punching in his boxers? No, I'm just kidding. There you
This
go, right
little
there.
fucker.
Yeah, he was really young.
Oh, this fucker right
Davidson's
here.
where he, that's him at 18.
Shut the fuck up.
So go and now look at LeBron
Baby.
James.
He looks
Jeez,
like
dude.
fucking. He's
Bro,
a
look-
light skin. Everybody hates Chris.
Now
looks
look
like
at
a kid,
LeBron
dude.
James at 18.
So is it because like the jeans started wearing off from back in the day when they were
They
mixing?
changed the milk.
That's
Holy
LeBron James
shit.
at 18. You know what I mean?
That's him now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like that's why they changed that law.
So
'Cause there's-
so that's just a human.
there's a
So
rule.
LeBron James at 18 is just a fucking human specimen.
For sure, 100%.
He's just a special guy.
Well, I'm sure there's still specimens out there.
yeah,
Well,
Zion Williams was a specimen at 18, but Kobe still went to college. Or no,
Oh, he
Kobe
did?
didn't go to college. No, just Michael Jordan went to college to North Carolina. Kobe didn't go to college.
You learned about helicopter flying.
But yeah, Kobe was a grown man at 18 too.
God
There's
damn.
like I wasn't a grown man at
That's
18.
what we call
you know what I mean?
That's what we call a shock comic, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Not very successful, but we love them.
Yeah, I just like saying dumb shit all the time. It's just what comes to my head.
But yeah, so back to that. So yeah, if the
please.
schools able to if schools are able to capitalize off of the fame and the name and the likeness of their players, why aren't they?
Well, think about the mass popularity of the fucking video games.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there still an NCAA like
No, they just
Or-
came out with it this year.
they
hadn't
for
had it
mad for like the football they did,
Yeah,
but
they-
for college
no.
basketball, is there not a
No, they're
okay?
They really.
okay.
I think maybe they did like.
So it's just the branding deals that was making a real issue.
sure. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Maybe it was
Okay.
just that small because that's all I did was play video games. So he didn't really bulk up.
Yeah, since the NIL came out, that's why they were able to make those again because they were getting sued back in the day. Who is it that makes it? EA Sports. They were
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
sued because
Yep.
they were making all this money off these college teams and their numbers. They weren't able to put their names on the roster. Like it would just be like player on the back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It would still have their number, but
Would it have their facial likeness?
yeah, they would have their facial.
What
They would
the
scan them in and everything, and all they would get was like a free copy of the game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's the
So
law.
they had to stop making the video games because they were getting sued for too much money. Like
No
'cause
shit.
If you the once you go into the NFL and you're out of the NCAA, then you can sue and be like, "Yo, where's my money, motherfucker?" You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you used my
Yeah.
likeness for 4 years. Where's my money?
Well, that's why you have players like I know Peyton Manning. Like I think 10 or 12 years ago, he put a copyright on his likeness
Yep.
to where you can't use his face unless you pay him an exuberant amount of money. Which, like, fair enough. If you had a noggin that big, I would do the same fucking
It's,
thing.
when it's so big you can actually see his face.
You can put a billboard on his billboard, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's
And they were-
crazy.
And there's actually, I think there's one of the Maddens where they didn't have Peyton Manning in it. Like it was just number 18.
no
on the
shit.
thing. Yeah, it didn't say like Peyton Manning. It didn't have his face. It was like,
Oh, wow.
It was like the shadow figure.
Scroll down a little bit on that. So
Look at that.
NCAA. So wait. So Jake just pulled up a headline for us. NCAA reaches $20 million settlement with players in video games sued. The NCAA would pay. Okay, scroll down. Let's see. As the
March
this trial. Wait, go up a little bit. I'm gonna read that first thing. Trial started Monday. The NCAA announced a reached a settlement. Okay, scroll down. Okay, various division football, men's basketball players who attended certain universities during the years the games were sold. The settlement, pending approval from the judge, would end the litigation brought by former Arizona State and Nebraska quarterback Sam Keller over the use of college
that?
athletes' names,
He was good at college.
images, and likenesses in video games. The case has been settled. Ah, wow. No shit.
So the last NCAA game was made in 2014. So
I bet
that's
that
when they
game's
started
worth some
suing them.
money,
So that's
dude.
why it said it had been scheduled since 2015. I wonder what had like taken it so long to. It took that almost took 10 years.
Yeah, 9 years. Yeah.
Yeah. To
Well, you got to figure, like, not to play semantics or anything, probably like 7 or 8 because the game just came out now.
Yeah, for
it takes
sure.
about 18 months to 24
for
months to
sure.
make.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
but still, that's crazy. I mean, I would feel the same fucking way.
sure.
If you have my likeness, you're making millions of dollars. Even if I'm just a small part of it, give me fucking a couple,
Yeah.
like 10, 20,000.
Yeah,
if
Give
you
me
watch,
something.
You guys watch that Johnny Manziel documentary?
I did not.
So if you watch it on Netflix, there's this part where they talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who is Johnny Manziel?
Johnny Manziel was the quarterback for Texas A&M from like 2012 to 2014. He won the Heisman. He was like considered like one of the best college quarterbacks of all time. His thing was like Money Manziel.
Okay.
And then he got drafted and was a bust, but it's because he was like
Like a Tim Tebow situation?
no,
No, he
he
didn't
was
pray.
way better than Tim Tebow, and he was essentially famous since high school, but couldn't make the money, but was getting behind the scenes money. So he was like a child celebrity kind of, and you know what happens to child celebrities. So by the time he got to the NFL, he was fizzled out.
So wait, so what's this about oil money then? Wait, scroll down.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Go to oil money. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's a Texas. His family's in Texas and they have oil money. Okay, get out of that. That's bullshit.
Well, they didn't before. I think that they did that. That was like a thing that had just happened. But he was making his jersey at Texas A&M broke like all-time jersey sales for any athlete ever in a year.
Oh wow!
And so he was like, "Where the fuck's my money, motherfuckers?" So he got in trouble because he was signing jerseys.
I was gonna say,
under the table.
I wonder though, just to play devil's advocate, because I'm all for people getting money that is getting made off their backs.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if you are a college athlete, and I guess this train of thought could be extrapolated to the NFL too, but if you're a college athlete and you are a part of an organization, it's not really you. Like, so here's a very ignorant question, right? Let's say he's number 9.
For sure.
He graduates out of A&M, goes to the NFL, because the NFL is more of a career thing, obviously. You can be there for as long as you can play. College athletics is just how long are you in college for.
For sure.
If he's number 9 in college athletics, let's say he's a great athlete, not the best in the world, but he's a great athlete, and he graduates, do they just give somebody else number 9?
It depends. So sometimes places retire your number.
Okay,
right
but that's an option.
Yeah. So realistically, no. Like say with Florida, after Tim Tebow left, they're never giving anyone number 15 again.
Now, is that because he was a great athlete, or is that because of how famous he got?
Both, probably. I would say both.
So with this guy, do they give away his number? Or do they retire his number based off of his popularity or his skill? Or do you have to have the popularity with the skill?
Yeah, you have to have the popularity with
So
the
do you see
skill.
my point then?
Yeah, for sure.
So then it's like if you have just a run-of-the-mill, like let's say like a mid to upper, like if there's like a scale of 1 to 10 and this Johnny Manziel guy's a 10, and let's say you're a college athlete and you're like a 8, right? You're not fucking superstar status, but you can hold your own. You should be in the NFL one day. And you're number 9. You go off to the NFL. They give you number 9 for somebody else. You're just a placeholder for that team.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
Not for nothing. Now, I understand that you're sustaining injuries and you are putting in as much work as an NFL athlete. Arguably much more because, yeah, you're going up against more developed people in the NFL,
sure.
but I feel like there are a lot more hungry athletes
100%.
at the college level than there are at the NFL level, right? I could see the gray area because then when you get into the NFL, I think there's more of an argument where it's like, yeah, you're more of like building a legacy. You're more of like making a career for
sure,
yourself.
yeah. Maybe if you were just gonna retire right out of college and like never play, then.
But
it
who
would
gives
be
a fuck about you
exactly,
at that
for
point?
sure.
Unless you're somebody that's so crazy good.
So, well, if they retired Tebow's number, did they retire Hernandez after as well?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
That's a great question. Well, I would imagine they don't let anyone
Like,
have.
I wouldn't want to wear it.
Yeah,
right?
nobody wears. They retire Aaron Hernandez. Did they retire Aaron? Look at it up. Did they?
I'm just saying because they both played for Florida, right?
Why did you add murders to that?
I'm just saying if we're talking about people.
So look this
he's
up.
a famous guy who was in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
news a
no,
lot.
yeah. So
Hernandez, there are a lot
no.
of
So look this up. Look this up.
Oh yeah.
Did
No,
by the-
wait, no,
not
wrong
Keith
one. See what I'm
Hernandez.
saying?
no,
Aaron
that's
Hernandez.
a different guy. Okay, look this up. Did Aaron Hernandez's college number get retired? No, college.
Oh,
Holy
hey,
shit.
My bad. Hold
he's
on.
coding.
I was doing so good. Too.
I'm just saying you would think they would.
No,
Yeah.
it did
Oh,
not
for
get
sure.
retired. I promise you, it did not get retired.
I mean, he retired it himself, but that's not the same.
But
Well,
is it
I
bad
mean-
that Benny from fucking April Fools? He has like the hookup on like the Temu jerseys. They're nice jerseys, but they're like he has the hookup on them.
Yeah.
And I want an Aaron Hernandez Gators jersey.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
too.
Dude, I have a fucking Trump assassination picture.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I get it. I get it. Well, like, so do you know the story behind the band? I think they're called the band where the dude fucking shot himself, and his suicide is the picture of the album. Is it Death?
Oh, I think
Mayhem.
so. Mayhem.
Mayhem. So the
yeah.
band Mayhem and the do you know about this?
No.
So there, look up Mayhem album cover. It'll come up.
Yeah, this isn't probably something I know.
So basically, what happened is there was a band in the '90s called Mayhem, and this guy got really popular for doing. He was a satanic like worshiper, and he got really not popular, like infamous.
Oh
right?
wow, that's a cool cover.
I'm not putting this up on the thing, but.
Yeah, don't put it up on the stream. We will get fucking. So the far right one, pull that
I
up
see
on
it.
the
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That was the actual picture.
Yeah, it's the actual.
That's
So
his
here's the story. So what happened was he became infamous in the underground scene in Los Angeles, or was it Seattle?
I think it was Seattle.
It has
Okay.
to be Seattle.
So in Seattle, what he became famous for in the '90s is he would get on stage and in the middle of performance, he would like cut his wrists, he would cut his forehead,
Okay.
he would cut his
Like a
body,
wrestler.
he would shit himself on stage and throw it on the crowd,
What
like
the fuck?
satanic shit, right? So what ends up happening is as they're recording their first album, he ends up blowing his head off with a shotgun. Right, and then when his bandmates came in and find him, I believe it was the lead guitarist took that picture, and so that's the real picture of him post suicide.
I mean, that's a dope album cover.
And they made that
That's
the
a
album
wild
cover.
one.
Bro, his brains are
And so I bring that up because not for nothing. So they made original shirts based off of that.
That's crazy.
I would love to get my hands on one of those shirts.
I want one now too.
Dude, thousands.
I mean, you could just get and do it at. Right
Yeah,
now.
but it's not the same. It's not the
they get
same.
a-
Neither is the one you're buying today.
Get the
These
same
guys
one
get
from
a
no,
lot
but
of
I'm saying
hate.
like
Yeah, I know
get,
what you mean.
like get the same one from the night. I would love to get
They
that and
make
frame
3X in the
it.
You know
90s.
Cannibal Corpse? You know
Yeah, they
Cannibal
get a lot
Corpse?
of shit for their.
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
Their album covers are crazy.
Yeah, they are. Well, that's like every heavy metal band and deathcore and death
Theirs are
metal.
just the craziest though.
There's not. Theirs is crazy. Like this one.
Yeah, that's like honestly that's no, they're important because they were one of the first bands to do it like that. They were one of the first.
I like that Iron Maiden has the same artist for every.
Yep.
They have the same
Yeah.
artist for every single.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, where did you get that Iron Maiden shirt?
I can't remember where I got it exactly. It'll come to me in a second. But fun fact, this tattoo I have on my, I'm pointing at the right spot, right? On my neck right there. I got it tattooed when I was in London, and it was at the pub that Iron Maiden played their first ever live show at.
Oh,
That's
wow,
dope.
That's dope.
That's it.
Got tattooed in that bitch by
Derek
some
Riggs,
by
shout
some
out.
German fool. Yeah, Derek Riggs. Yeah,
Those Iron
All-
Maiden fucking covers are dope.
dude, all of them, bro, all of them.
This is nuts.
And it's like they have the same character, the one with the white hair. That's like
Eddie?
Eddie. There you go.
Eddie,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, you know which band has some like dope artwork?
Cypress
Is
Hill.
Municipal Waste.
Let's see.
How are you in college and you type single
I'm
fingered?
an econ major, not a fucking.
I'm an econ
Remember, he's
major.
dyslexic, dog.
I'm dyslexic and I'm coming off a concussion. I'm
Dude,
engineering.
you gotta put in the band. It's
concussion.
just gonna show you the
Oh, I
solid
know,
waste.
fuck.
Shows landfills, dude.
Yeah, see, wait, where's the?
Just look up album covers.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's an album cover that my dad was telling me about. Guns N' Roses. I can't remember which one, but the aliens like raping some girl on the front, and it was like he got in so much trouble by my grandparents for buying the album. You had to be 18 to buy it. Watch.
Wait,
Look
what
it up.
was it?
I had a
Guns N'
shirt.
Roses?
I had a shirt. I swear to God, Guns N' Roses. The alien's dick is huge. Watch Alien.
I have no idea what the fuck you're
Alien.
talking about. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen that either. And I was around
Is it
for
this
that.
one?
Kinda.
That's one of them. Yeah, look, that one right there. Look, he had like just raped her.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Wait, so right click the image, Jake,
I mean, Axl
and then
Rose
do
used to,
open in new tab. Open image in new tab.
Axl Rose used to say that.
Yeah, and then go to that tab.
in his songs.
Well, it used to be okay back then.
Oh, my god.
shit!
What the fuck?
Just move the cursor. Move the cursor.
There's
How do you know-
another.
how-
There's
how
a
do you know
worse
that
one.
she
There's a
raped him,
worse
though?
one. Bro, look at her. Her panties are
Oh
down.
my
Her
God,
titties
this
are
is
out.
insane. What the fuck?
Yo, pull that up on the stream.
Yeah, Appetite for Destruction.
sure?
Shout out. My dad showed me this. My dad showed me this one.
What
No
the
way, I
fuck
never
is
knew
wrong
about
with
that.
these guys? Holy shit. They don't even play that type of music.
Well, I mean, Welcome to the Jungle back then was like like Cannibal Corpse now.
I
No,
guess
just
so.
kidding. I don't know.
mean, they were pretty heavy metal.
Back then, that was heavy.
Kind of.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
there's someone.
You
There's
went from the disco era to
There's
that.
someone else. There's a worse. There's a way worse one, bro. I don't know who it is. Maybe just look up like rock band.
Kill the. Take the.
It sounds bad, but maybe just look up like rock band alien dick. Just look that up. I can't remember who it is. It might be.
No, don't look that up.
What's gonna come up?
Don't look that
Oh,
up.
dude, it might be like Pantera. I gotta find it because I want to show you guys it. It's a crazy.
He's like, you gotta
it's
see
a
this
crazy
dick.
cover.
Oh shit! Hey, yeah, look at that.
That is crazy.
No
Roses
shit.
Guns N' Roses was here. That's
That
crazy.
just means that,
That's
the,
insane.
well,
Well,
that
so
was okay in the 80s.
well,
'cause
so
they, like,
if you
just-
remember, there's from Motley Crue, there's that song "All in the Name of Rock."
yeah,
I was trying to write a bit about it, but I just I don't know what to do with it yet.
It's
the
an old
opening,
song,
well,
yeah.
the opening line is "She's only 15, but she's the reason that I can't sleep."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then it goes, "You say illegal, but illegal has never been, or legal has never been my thing."
What the fuck?
That's the opening
I
to
don't know
"All in the Name of
song.
Rock."
All I know is
Oh, shit,
every
I'm
rose
not
has a
changing
thorn.
things.
Is that Motley Crue? No, that's just Poison.
That's poison.
That's
Yeah,
Poison.
that's-
I have hair bands. That's all I know. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, and then
me
Ted
off.
Nugent. Ted Nugent has a lot. You can only find this song. He wrote it with Steven Tyler. You can only find it on a compilation album, and it's a live version. It's called Jailbait, and they're talking about they're talking about a 16-year-old girl. Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah,
Can't find it. That
dude.
shit pisses
This
me
is
off.
back when that's where Diddy got started, dog. Like, this
Oh yeah, no, I've heard
the
Joe. I've
beginning.
heard about Joe.
Yeah, no, not
for
that,
sure.
not that. You're good. Yeah. Well, you want to talk about some fucked up shit? Have y'all seen fucking Terrifier?
I just watched All
No,
Hallows
how is
Eve
that?
and the first
Dude,
two today.
if
just
you-
'cause.
I thought that was Batman.
So if you enjoy it's it's a throwback to the old school 80s very
Thrasher.
splatter gore slashers.
Slashers. that's
But
what it is.
dude,
I love it.
Dude, it is nuts. And they're progressively they just get so much worse. And the third one, I don't want to spoil it because I want y'all to see. If you like horror, you should really check it out. But I know these guys like horror, so I don't want to spoil the third
to
one.
me, it's all those movies. It's I don't know. It's always just so why
well,
would
so
you-
there's categories, right? Because there's
There's
actually,
so many subgenres.
There's well-made horror.
This is so important
slashers.
for you to
Okay, I'm gonna-
explain
I'm gonna
to someone
watch
that's
these.
not.
Yeah, so,
I'm gonna
horror
watch
freak.
these just to
So
to know.
something like this is it's so bloody and it's so gory that it's like a cartoon.
It's not meant to be realistic at all.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
meant
look at
to
it
be
from-
disgusting.
You got to look
But
at it from
then-
a slasher point.
Yeah,
of
but
view,
then but then you have Halloween by John Carpenter, where it's that's one of the best movies ever made because that's not the whole point of that movie isn't the kills. It's the tension. For
sure.
It's you've seen Halloween,
Yeah, of
obviously,
course.
right?
Anticipation.
It's Michael following Lori.
Yeah,
That's scary. Yeah, her friends get killed, and it's crazy. She's running through the house, her friend swings down,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the tombstone.
Well, those were good movies back then.
Yeah, right. But then you have Damian Leone. So he's the future of horror right now, dude.
Damn.
He's all. But anyway, so and I'll give you this, right? So in the first Terrifier, there's a scene where it's about Art. it's the killer's Art the Clown,
yeah.
right? And he literally takes this girl. And so it's him hunting down people, and there's these two main girls that are the focal point of the movie. And the one girl's running away. She thinks she's made it. She's trying to find her friend. She runs into this room, and her friend is strung up upside down by her feet. And Art the Clown takes a hacksaw and cuts her in half, pussy to head.
Jesus Christ, that's
And-
gonna take
no,
some time too.
But dude, you see all of it.
Yeah, guts flying out.
You see
Just
all
like
of
I'm
it.
not
okay,
big
real,
on guts,
real
though,
quick.
dude.
I don't know if we
But I'll
can.
watch 'em, I'll watch
if we
'em.
can do. I didn't show you yet because I just told you to watch it. But In a Violent Nature.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
It is. I swear, it is the most brutal kill scene that you'll ever see in your whole life. It's fucking amazing.
I would disagree with you because of what's in Terrifier 3.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
And I don't
haven't
want to
seen
spoil
it yet, though.
But there's a scene that involves Art the Clown, two people in a locker room
Okay.
with a chainsaw. And
But have you guys ever watched them do that online? Where,
it is disgusting. Yes, we've seen the cartel videos.
Yeah, I mean, that's- yeah,
Those
okay.
things
No,
happen.
dude, I'm telling
yeah,
you.
that's what I mean.
I honestly, you might think that the one in A Violent Nature is worse.
I disagree. I don't want to spoil
He
it for
hasn't
you.
seen it though,
sure.
so you can't
But I
disagree
just-
with him
I-
before
I-
you even know.
I
Neither
just-
of us have
Both
seen
either
it.
one
so
of you
we're-
seen it, but you're like, both
Yeah,
of you like,
for
mine's
sure.
better. Like,
So don't put up on the stream because we'll definitely
say
get a
trauma?
fucking red band. But look up Terrifier hacksaw scene. Let's see if we can watch it.
I was literally just watching it today, which is funny.
God, dude.
My bad.
Yeah, that does not say scene, dude. What the fuck?
And how good?
No, go back.
How good? What's his name is at playing Art the Clown?
David Howard Thornton.
Dude, the way that he the
thank you.
smiles.
So
and
so another reason Terrifier like got with aside from the gore of it, the guy who plays Art the Clown. So
I love people that can play.
So wait, pause it. Just pause it. So what's cool about him is he's very like, I don't want to say charismatic because it's like a positive thing, but he's charismatic.
he's a mime.
He's like a mime, but he's very it's very physical comedy.
Yeah.
Like he's like
then
he
he kills
freaks
you.
the fuck out and then he just beats the shit out of you. Yeah. So play this shit.
Okay, let's see. Let me put it on here.
Just click it.
Yeah. I have to put it on the screen.
No, click it.
Oh wait, no, don't put it on the screen.
Don't put it on. Oh
Okay,
no.
Okay.
That's a nice hacksaw. It looks like a snap-on, maybe. I'm just kidding.
This is not on the stream, right?
No.
Because I will get a fucking I'll get a red flag.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Said
You
he's
think
on
those are
YouTube?
real?
That's
Are those
crazy.
real?
No, yeah, they're real, but it's crazy that's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's on YouTube, huh?
No one's found this one yet.
Well, don't
They
say
copyright
anything.
it.
I'm gonna watch this later. I'm just kidding. Stupid. What if he's like,
Oh, so they're cutting out. Oh, yeah, there it is. Ah, there it is.
Yeah, look at him, the way he's smiling at her.
Hey, get Carlos' reaction. Make sure the camera's on him, Jake.
what the fuck, dude? I don't watch this kind of shit, dude.
Yeah, this is a little out there.
What the fuck? Is she dead yet? I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if you're eating people, you know, that's
Okay,
They do it
so,
to cows.
So here's the thing. It's so funny. I'll be honest. I haven't seen
fuck, dude.
I haven't seen the first Terrifier in like 3 years. So what's crazy about that is, so that first Terrifier movie, you can close out the tab, dude.
I'm gonna fucking have nightmares tonight.
What was crazy about that Terrifier movie is, so that first one was only made for $35,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say the budget was like
Shoestring,
30K.
It's very cheap. It's very cheap. But then like, so that one.
Well, that's what makes it not so bad is because it is.
The
you
second
can
one
tell
was like
it's not-
250, right, or something like that.
Yeah, something to the
When
tune
did
of.
this movie
And
come
this
out?
one was like unlimited budget.
Yeah, so
I'm
the
pretty
first
sure.
one, the first one came out in it hit Netflix in 2018. That's where a bunch of people saw it, and then so it gets a lot of
Terrifier
traction.
3 has a proposed budget of $2 million. That's
Yeah.
not a lot at all.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
No.
but if you started with 35,000, that's
Yeah,
If you're
so
doing
then-
if you're doing
and
like
what's-
if you're doing like a single shot movie, almost like the Terrifiers are, not single shot, but you know what I mean, like not too many different crazy scenes, and you're not using a lot of CGI. 2 million's a lot.
And what's crazy too is Damien Leone, the guy who's the director, he did all of the makeup effects for Terrifier 1 and most of Terrifier 2 because his producer Phil Falcone, I think his name. His producer came in and helped him with the prosthetics because Damien just taught him how to do it, right?
Yeah.
So the first one only got 35 G's. The second one only has like $250,000. And now this one the third one has $2 million. It just cost $22 million and it opened up last weekend and it beat Joker in the theaters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I
I
saw
heard
that.
Joker.
I
Sucked,
heard Joker
but-
sucked. Yeah.
I heard that.
and
too.
I really like the first one.
I'm seeing it tomorrow night, so I'm sure it's gonna suck. But it's just like,
And the first one's even all right. If we're just,
Well,
we
I
don't
thought he
gotta-
did a
The
really
first
good
one-
job playing. I thought he did the best job playing.
But now
the crazy Joker.
everyone's
Yeah.
saying that he wasn't the Joker anyways in the first place. Like he never.
yeah, because of what happens in the second movie. Do y'all care about spoilers?
No.
'Cause I know what
I'm not
happens.
gonna. I'm not gonna
I
go
mean,
watch
Do you
it.
care about spoilers?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so basically,
forget.
what happens at the end of Joker 2 apparently is because it's like half musical, half courtroom drama.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. But anyway, what happens at the end of the movie apparently is in the courtroom, Arthur Fleck goes, "Yeah, I was never the Joker. This was all a thing in my head, blah, 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 blah." And then at the end of the movie, the Lady Gaga's character is supposed to be Harley Quinn. She's like, "You were never the Joker. You're a piece of shit," and leaves him. And then he goes back to Arkham Asylum, and there's a riot that happens in Arkham Asylum, and this guy who idolized the Joker that you see throughout the movie, this inmate, I guess he goes and kills Arthur Fleck. And then while Arthur Fleck is bleeding out, you see him in the background, and he has his knife, and he carves a smile into his face,
and
that's supposed to be the real Joker.
Right.
But here's what I fucking hate about that. So back in 2017 and 18, Christopher Nolan still worked at Warner Brothers. And I guess when they were writing the movie and making the movie, Todd Phillips, the director of Joker and Joker 2, he originally wanted that ending for the first Joker. He wanted Arthur Fleck, instead of going like this, he wanted him to carve it into him, but he was like, nah, it's a Heath Ledger thing. Let's respect the memory. Let's not do that. And I guess he used some authority as like a figurehead in Warner Brothers to be like, nah, you can't do it. Right? So like, all right, cool.
Sure.
Sounds good. Well, now, because of how Warner Brothers treated Christopher Nolan and how they treated Zack Snyder, Christopher Nolan left. Because he was like, fuck you guys, you're a shitty company now. So now that he's gone, Todd Phillips was like, nah, I'm going to do what I want because I guess fuck you.
Yeah.
And he made that, and it's funny. If you want some real, like a genuinely hilarious time, Tim Dillon, his podcast is awesome.
Yeah.
But Tim Dillon, he just did an episode because he has a cameo in Joker too.
Oh, okay.
The latest episode he put out, he talks shit for like the first 15 minutes about how bad Joker is. And he was like, my management fucking put me in the worst movie ever made. I'm so excited. And it's
Tim
fucking,
Dillon's dope. I got to see him. To see
that
him
one
at
right there.
fucking,
Yeah, play that. Let's watch like the first like minute of that.
I'm gonna cut. Oh, sorry, hold on. I have.
Let me see.
Yeah, scroll back because I've been watching this episode. So go back to the beginning.
You're like, Kamala's on. I'm fucking turning this off.
Yeah, I'm fucking sick of her, dude.
Hey, watch it again. Get us back in that. Thank you. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to spend 3 months sitting in a trailer in makeup while my face broke out and I had
Wait, go back to the beginning. Go back to the very beginning of the video.
damage
Yeah.
to my skin. I'm grateful to have respectfully... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. A little disappointed at the people in the Apple Store in the World Trade Center.
Oh, I'm sorry. Press the
Have you seen this before?
Press the forward key. Press the forward key.
Very disrespectful. It's bad. It's bad.
Oh, Jesus
What is-
Christ.
What is
Jesus.
What did you press?
Listen,
I
Jamie.
pressed the forward key.
This guy is so unamusing.
Yeah, right there,
I love
fine.
everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. That's the thing about me. I'm grateful. A lot of people aren't grateful in this business, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful you watch.
Not to be a Debbie Downer, but I gotta get out of here at 9, boys.
At 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you later.
In a second.
But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to
Shout out to
spend
my
3
job.
months sitting in a trailer
After
in
work.
makeup while my
You have to work
face
at
Not,
9?
no, not tonight, but I just want to be ready for tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
What time do you have to be at work?
Don't worry about it. I just want to be ready.
No, that fucking place don't open at 6 a.m. Why do you gotta leave at
They
9?
open at 9.
Hey, let him be. Let him be.
Dude, I go to bed at 1 and wake up at 5 for work.
That's not good for you.
Well, obviously nothing I do is good for me.
Yeah, right here.
Laguna Beach. I was
Let's
in
see, let's
California with COVID, and I went to go see it, and that's how you should see it. If you can see it with COVID. And I was watching it, and people were walking out of the theater confused, befuddled, angry. Why? Why did you do this? The reason the first one was so good is that it captured kind of the nihilism and anger rising in the culture. Whether it was or wasn't a ripoff of Taxi Driver is not important. Okay, I'm not taking cheap shots here. People think I am. I'm not. I'm actually talking about life. What was good about the first one is that it captured a sentiment that was coursing through the culture. Okay? This one is such a mess. Such a joyless slog. Whatever else they called it. You know? I mean, I don't even want to go through, I don't even want to read the reviews. I posted them on my Instagram. The most common word being associated with this film is disaster.
All right, you can cut it right there.
So he's definitely not going to be in the third one.
Yeah. Ain't gonna be
There's not gonna
okay.
be a third
All right,
one.
let's make a compromise, AJ.
Dude, look
It
at
is
this
it
shit.
is 8:56. Let's end the podcast at 9:10.
Okay.
All right, let's make it.
Bro.
All right, let's end on a positive.
One thing.
He
one,
can bounce,
one other,
dude. We'll just keep talking.
one other thing also. Me
That's like I work in the morning,
Me and
too.
Jake
Yeah.
were in the same Facebook comment section talking about scary movies. What's her name? Bro, I will tell everyone that's listening to this right now, if you want to be genuinely fucking scared of something, watch the 2006 Hills Have Eyes and watch the fucking scene. Everyone should, if you've seen it, you know what scene I'm talking about in the fucking trailer. That is the most fucking intense, scary movie scene that you'll ever watch in your whole fucking life.
That remake's good,
Bro, and the way that whoever composed it, the fucking music in the background is crazy.
Well, okay, I'll like an asterisk to that.
Yeah.
The unrated version.
Yeah, you have to watch the unrated version.
The director's cut.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
never seen it, but I'll watch it.
It's good.
You want to watch some, dude? You and your chick watch that, bro?
All right, let's end on a light note.
Sure, light note.
Let's end on comedy.
We definitely went far into a lot of shit.
Yeah, so let's end on some stand up. All right,
there
so
you
I've only been doing it for a year and some change. Same with you.
Some change.
You're like 3 in, right?
3.5,
like
baby.
2.5, right?
Up in January will be 3 years, so
Okay,
almost.
Okay,
3
so
years.
let's say about 3 years. So I see this a lot, both on social media and conversation. That there's like, oh, there's so many stand-up comedians, there's so many people doing it. Why are you doing it? All this kind of shit, right? We can just kind of go around, and whoever wants to start can start. I'll go last. I'll just go last. I'm the host.
Okay, yeah.
What keeps you guys doing stand-up comedy?
Talk.
Okay, yeah. Well, let me talk. No, I think honestly, dude, like the biggest reason why I love doing it is that, and I've said this before, that moment that you got people laughing, whether it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you have, for that moment, everybody gets to forget about every fucking thing they're going through. Because realistically, nobody knows what the fuck anybody else is going through. Like, I talk about it a lot on stage, right? People kind of know some of the shit I've dealt with or dealing with at this point. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so, I may make a joke about the fact that my daughter's in rehab right now. And then somebody else is like, shit, my kid went through that. You know what I mean? But I'm making light of it so they get to forget about their situation for a minute or see eye to eye with the fact that they've gone through this as well. And I feel like that is what I bring to society in a sense where either I get to help you forget about something, right? Or realize that you're not the only one in this world going through that shit. Because a lot of times when you're going through things, you think you're the only one that's dealing with it. And that's where we get in these situations where people may do something awful because they think they're the only one in the world that's going through this and I can't see an end to it and now I got to kill myself or whatever it may be, right? So I just feel like I either get to get somebody away from their problems for that small period of time or I say something they see eye to eye with so now they realize they're not the only one. Because for so long and most of us probably had that feeling where we thought we were the only person dealing with this, that, or the other, right? Because realistically, I talk about a lot of different shit, you know what I mean? In that people can see eye to eye with, you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. And that's why I like your stand-up is you talk about extremely personal things. And that's a very common thing for a comedian.
Right.
But like you're very like lighthearted about it, very open about it. And so it's cool to see somebody talking about what they, what's the daily life with their kids. I've heard the joke a million fucking times, but it still makes me crack up a bit. Where you're like, I've got 5 or 6 kids. Like the name or age, oops, and then fuck. I think that's a great fucking joke. And then the joke you have about where you took your kids to the Disney store.
Yeah.
And then you see
Disneyland,
the dwarves and shit. I don't want to ruin your punch, but that's it's good shit. So did it take you? Did you know from the start when you started doing stand-up, because no one really gets laughs when they first start, like real laughs, you know what I mean? Like when you first started really getting into it, did you go into it knowing like, hey, I can make people laugh? Or is that a realization you came to afterwards?
Yeah, I guess I felt like I did because a lot of people would tell me, of course, right? We all had that. Oh, you're super funny.
For sure.
Right? But what started happening is like with my ex-wife, let's say, we'd go out somewhere with her and her friends. And I'd just start being how I normally... Like, I started just being me instead of fucking all quiet and trying not to offend her friends and shit. You know what I mean? Because I say stupid shit all the fucking time. That's just me. It always has been me.
Right, yeah.
But I spent a lot of time in my life not being me to be the right person for this or that or the other thing, right? So, like, when I started just being me and saying shit, it turned into, like, not just her friends or people we were around. We'd have people walking up to the table laughing at things I was saying or whatever. So whenever the opportunity happened where I finally just did comedy one day, it was based on the fact, like, well, fuck it. I make groups of people laugh that don't know. Let's try it on stage, right? And that's kind of where it came from. But I think we all ultimately start just talking about whatever we think might be funny before we start getting into, like, realistically talking about your life and shit. you connect with people, and it's funnier because you're talking about a life experience you're dealing
100%.
with. And if you notice, most people that are the funniest people you watch or that you love, right? You know, a lot of them are talking about their experiences through life. And if you look at anybody starting out in comedy, they all start with just dumb shit that they thought about, right? You know what I mean? And then start with the people that really like make it a long way in that or go far in it are the ones that really start talking about themselves.
Yeah.
And talk about what they're going with. And even I saw the transitions once I started actually just talking about stuff that I, you know, about my life or stuff like that. I saw the difference in people watching and how my career started moving forward, right? Because it wasn't just another idiot on a mic talking about whatever I thought about, right? It's making light of situations I'm going through or looking at, you know, my child. Obviously, I talk about my kids a lot. And I say a bunch of shit that kids love, that parents may love their kids to death, but we've all wanted to choke our kids a few times, right? Like your parents definitely want to choke you, and probably did. I think that's where the handicap came from. But you know what I mean? Like realistically,
oxygen.
You know, just like mine, my parents fucking had to deal with all kinds of bullshit with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everybody at some point that's raised a kid, no matter how wonderful of a parent you think you are, or how on the white fence you are, or whatever, there's been a point where you're like, fuck this kid.
Well, because it's a very human thought to have.
Right.
And I
just say it is all.
Yeah. And one thing that I've realized, and I'm happy I realized it very early in stand-up, is I think the better, and I think it translates to your writing, it translates to your material, your delivery, everything. The sooner you understand, because I don't even think I understand it completely. Oh, I know I don't understand it completely. But the sooner you truly understand what your perspective is, the better you will get at writing your material. And then what you're saying about like, your own personal life. So like on the top of my notes page where I have all my ideas, just material that I'm working on, I have like a couple of quotes. And it's kind of corny, but it's very simple, but it makes sense. I have a quote from Tony Hinchcliffe where he says, you have to write a lot, but you have to live a life worth writing about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
So otherwise, what are you writing
And
about?
it can't be
right?
boring.
yeah, exactly. So what's keeping you doing stand-up, AJ?
I would say
Aside from the massive successes you've had.
Yeah, I would say so just growing up, I was always like the class clown, but at some points people get annoyed by that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of points people get annoyed by that, and also like the other say like struggles and stuff I was going through growing up. I didn't have that awareness when you like how I say stupid shit all the time too. Like, and I was the same way with my girl's friends at first, like very quiet, you know, and once I became myself, it was a lot better. But anyway, so I was like, the way that I think about it is, why not the shit I used to get in trouble for, why not turn it into a positive and make money off of it? And it's also been one of the only things in my whole life that I've been able to stay consistent at. So it like feels good to be able to say that and do that.
Because you're more comfortable doing it.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So I feel like if I've always told myself that I didn't want to be mediocre, and I wouldn't say normal. That sounds mentally ill, but
We'll live a normal life.
exactly. I don't want a mediocre life. I don't want a normal life. I don't want to have a boss for the rest of my life.
Right.
So I'm fucking good at this, and even from the very first time that I did the comedy competition, almost fucking won it, and had never done stand up in my whole entire life, went up there and killed it. It automatically was like, okay, you're good at this, you can do this, and if you put your mind to it, it's going to take you somewhere, and look where it's gotten me so far in a year.
So how do you handle, because based off of conversations you and I have had just doing shows and just hanging out and shit, school really wasn't your thing, right? And school is where a lot of people learn discipline.
For sure.
So how do you stay, for lack of a better term, how do you stay on track in a profession that only has as much discipline as you do?
For sure. So a lot of it sounds like, I guess, like kind of corny or a little soft, but a lot of it comes from meeting my girl. She's very fucking disciplined, and she's been disciplined her whole life, and I wasn't very disciplined up until we met, and she's helped a lot with that, like to help me like routine-wise and just to stay on track, and I never really had anyone in my corner like that. So she helps me a lot with fucking staying on track, like comedy-wise, and keeping it, and like to the point where she's not a yes man at all, and where she's like, yo, that joke sucked, or this. You know what I mean? Like
you need that.
Everybody
for
needs that in their
And
life.
she's like, don't tell that one again. And then or like, there's
like,
even
maybe 2 more times.
there's even some stuff that she'll help me, like even adding on to some jokes. You know what I mean? To make some stuff sound better. And so I think finally having something to where I'd not only like say like before I'm living like with roommates, I'm fucking not giving a fuck, like partying all the time, blah blah blah, all this stuff. I really don't have like a vision of what I want to do. Now I have someone that I know I want to be with for the rest of my life. We've made investments onto stuff, we've done stuff, so I'm like, okay, if I want to maintain the lifestyle that I'm living or even make the quality of life better, I have to have discipline. You know what I mean? Even if I didn't learn it before, if I want to maintain what I'm doing now and keep going at the crescendo that I'm at, I have to have discipline. You know what I mean? It's kind of forced.
Well,
Yeah.
having someone in your corner is a big deal too.
For sure,
Like
100%.
that's
And I know
awesome.
you
Like
have-
I'm
you
lucky.
have
I
one
do.
too, yeah,
My
for
girl's in my
sure.
corner, dude. She puts up with a lot of my bullshit. You know what I mean? And like booking shit without telling to her, with knowing that we have this whole other life with our kids and shit. and
sure.
you know what I mean? Like
For sure,
I know
same.
sometimes I'm just like, yeah, because it's like an opportunity. But I realize I have 2 different lives in a sense, right? I'm doing comedy and this, but having someone in your corner is a big deal, dude.
Same,
Like
yeah,
it really is.
for
It
sure.
feels awesome.
So, AJ, if you want to you can just move the tripod. If you want to face the tripod towards Jake, because I want to hear Jake's answer.
Okay.
Do I have to? I mean, not.
Yeah,
Yes,
you have to
yeah,
answer. 'cause
fuck
you've
yeah,
been-
dude. If we didn't need somebody there, you'd be over here.
Oh shit.
He's like, fuck, I forgot to do my makeup.
Shit. How
Is the stream on you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what has kept you doing stand up? So and mine, like for everyone listening that hasn't watched Jake's episode of this podcast yet, you know, he's gone around for stand up. He's gone on the road. He's only been doing it for 3.5 years, but he's still been going on the road, traveled to New York. He's wearing his SNL things. He wants to flex on us, whatever.
He wants to be the next Mexican on there.
You know, you co-headline the biggest club in New Mexico, the biggest stage in New Mexico. So what has kept you doing stand up outside of, like I just said with AJ, outside of the cool shit that you've accomplished? What's kept you doing it? Talking to the mic.
Yeah, so honestly, it's not like a crazy. Okay, so one, I love doing stand up. It's my passion and I'm good at it. And that's what keeps me going.
Why is it
because
your passion?
It's my passion just because I found it in a time where I really needed it. I was sober, I was very depressed, I didn't know what to do with life. And this helped me figure out what I want to do. So it has a special place in my heart. And growing up, I never was good at school. I was never in sports. I was never good at anything. And I'm good at this. So it feeds my ego being good at this and getting to do all the cool shit that I'm doing. So it's not like a crazy, like, it's just ego shit. Because I'm being good at something, bro. And it's awesome. And I don't get like, I've never had a point in my life where people are coming up to me, they're like, oh my God, that was so awesome. You're so cool. Like, I've never had that before. And, like, yeah, that's fucking awesome.
I think we could all say that it's 50% ego.
Oh, yeah,
for all of
100%.
us,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, like there's a lot of ego in it. But I was always a fan of it too. Like growing up, I just never knew it was possible until like I was at my rock bottom and I was like, oh, let's try this. I can't go anywhere lower. And I did it and it was
If you don't mind me asking,
yeah.
what was rock bottom?
rock bottom
Sucking dick for
was
pills.
like I had just gotten sober and I realized I never did anything with my life. I dropped out of high school. My sister was getting married and moving out, and they were gonna have a family and everything. My parents, I knew they were always supporting me, but I knew they were disappointed with me. I had a little sister who was going to college. Like I was nothing. I was just living at my parents' house, absolutely nothing, no job. I was getting drunk every night, doing coke, just doing all the fun shit, and but just not doing anything. And like when I did get sober, I was like, oh, I've never, like, I can't do anything. Like, I'm stuck here. And doing stand-up, it gave me confidence. I never was a confident person, but like I said, you know, with that feeding your ego, getting good at something, it gave me the confidence to now I'm in school. Now I have straight A's, and my future is very bright. And on top of that, I met some people who I've never thought I would have ever met. And I've done shit I've never thought I would have ever done. So it's like, yeah, I forgot the question, but yeah.
So what keeps you doing it?
Just everything that I've been doing is what keeps me doing it. Like going on the road has been fucking insane. Because, like, you'll go on the road and you're doing stand-up for completely different people, and then you come back, and because you're out there, you don't know what's gonna work. So you're hyper aware of your set, and you're hyper aware of yourself up there. So you're just, like, completely in the pocket, like, in terms of, like, oh, I gotta do this inflection. You're at your most perfect set. And then coming back here, where you've been doing stand-up, Tyler was telling me this, he's like, you get road hot, which is where you've been on the road working your ass off doing these sets for people who you don't know. Dude, I do shows here at Dry Heat, which is a completely demographic from people in Ruidoso, from people in Farmington. So you're working your ass off out there. You come back here and you just fucking level shit. Yeah. Like, just like meeting those people out in these other places and doing stand-up out there, it makes me want to do that more. And so, like, I want to keep working on my set here. I want people to ask me to go on the road with them. And then on top of that, like, the whole Casadas thing, like, not even just a co-headline, like, when I'm able to feature for some of these people coming in, the advice I get from them, like, just the stories I get from them, that keeps me going, because this is shit I would have never expected, ever. Fucking Chris Estrada, who is, like, he's the creator of This Fool. Like, I had a whole weekend with him, of him just giving me advice, giving me tags, like, just complimenting me. Like, dude, it's shit, it's absolutely insane. Getting to do that is the reason why I keep going to these open mics where it's just comics, where I, like, will bomb at these fucking mics. Dude, bombing sucks, but I'm willing to do that if it means that one day I'll get on stage with Dave Attell or fucking Joe List or fucking, like, Mark Norman. I know that if I keep working, I can get to that point. Because, dude, within the 3 years... Fuck, my bad. It's getting fucking braggy. But, like, within the 3 years I've been doing this, I've done crazy shit. So I just want to continue that, because with this 3 years, the next 3 years are going to be fucking insane. Yeah. So I just kind of want to keep continuing on that.
You keep doing
that's
work,
a fucking heartfelt answer. What the fuck?
Well, it's also like I'm comfortable. Like, I'm confident. I love myself now, and because I'm a fucking cool motherfucker. I'm getting pussy and shit. Like,
that's what it's about for this dude, bro. No, just kidding.
No, yeah, it's
but you put in the work, dude. Putting in the work gets the shit happening.
It
right?
does. It does.
Put in
Bro,
the work,
how many fucking times
have
have you seen me fucking... Dude, I went to Taos and did 33 minutes to
God, that
silence.
show sucked.
Like, this shit, it happens.
Yeah.
But then after I did 33 minutes to silence, and then I co-headlined the next weekend at Casadas.
And kill it.
Like, it's all, like, you have to take the bad with the good. It's fucking amazing. I love stand-up, and it's the best.
Yes.
It's cool.
That's a solid fucking answer, boys, huh? So So I never really knew, like, what I wanted to do with my life. Well, that's not true. I really wanted to be in the military. And I went and did it, and I was like, well, I tried to enlist in active duty when I was a high schooler, didn't work out, turned back around after college, did National Guard, because I knew, like, well, if they're offering college up front, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I tried doing college, like, continuing, because I have an associate's in criminal justice, tried getting my bachelor's, that didn't work out. And then just going through a deployment and honestly just reading a lot and just looking into things that I believed in politically, I was just like, I don't agree with a lot of the things our government's doing. And when I made the decision about 2.5 to 3 years in being in the military that I didn't want to do this anymore, I was like, fuck, well, what am I going to do once I get out? And I was able to maintain jobs and able to maintain, like, a career, quote unquote, which I'm doing right now, very thankfully. But I was just like, I know that's not what I want to do with the rest of my life. Right. And I was like, okay, well, I know I want to be in film. Like, I really want to direct and I really want to write. And I was cool with that, but I never really had the self-confidence to be like an actor or anything. I was like, that's not me. So whatever. And stand-up had always been in the back of my head, but I was just like, I had such a high regard for stand-up comedians because they're like, not that music is easy, but at least with music, you have like a lot of people doing it with you, and you have a band, and you have all these things and whatever. But with a stand-up comic, it's just like you've got the microphone.
Yeah, that's just you.
You have a microphone and you have a stage. Figure it out. Yeah. But I always looked at that as like growing up. I watched a ton of stand up and like everything from fucking like Jeff Dunham to Bill Burr to fucking Daniel Tosh and all these people and other like the classics like Steve Martin, Sam Kinison, Richard Pryor, all that. Yeah. But I was like, okay, well that's just so far out there. I'm not that guy. Whatever. Started doing the podcast, meeting cool people, and then after I went to the first roast battle here, and I saw Buck crush it on stage, just being a host, and I saw Jared Ostrom win, saying absolutely horrendous things
like, I could do
that
this.
that I would think in my head.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're allowed to do that, like locally, like with no money, like that's crazy, and so I was like, that would be crazy, and so I like me and my chick, we would go to open mics. I would drag her to open mics just to like watch, because we like watch for like 30 minutes and go drink somewhere. Yeah. And I was like, these people are psychos. Like, this is nuts.
Yes, this is
like,
true.
what the fuck is this? And so finally, like, I didn't even want to do stand up. Fucking A. Marie and Buck D came up to me a little buzzed, and they were like, hey, you're doing stand up next week. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I don't have 5 minutes. And they're like, we don't care if you have 50 seconds. You're doing stand-up.
This is when they were doing the
Inside Out. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I tried it. Did horrible. And I told an absolutely horrendously racist joke. But Steph was in the way back at Inside Out, and he laughed at it. And I was like, oh, I made the black guy laugh. Okay. Like, that could be cool. Like, that's cool. And then A. Marie put me on a show. And it, but I didn't realize up until maybe like 3 or 4 months ago that I was like, oh, okay, well, it feels good to make other people happy.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I had never really been in a position to really make people, I like going to military school and like being like a quote unquote mentor, whatever the fucking a mentor you can be at 18, 19 years old to like high schoolers. Yeah. But like, that was nice. But like, actually, like you were saying, bringing people joy, I never really understood that you could, like, I would get joy out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, because I did...
Well, it's like affirmation. Right?
Well, yeah, exactly. And then and for a while, I really wanted to be a bodybuilder, and that's why I did my first bodybuilding show, but I thought being on stage as a bodybuilder was gay as fuck. And I hated that.
With all that oil?
Yeah, well, I just hated the whole show of it. Yeah. I loved training, and I loved dieting, but I just thought it was gay as shit, and I didn't like it. But I was never nervous on stage. And once I started, like, I did A. Marie's show, and then I started going to open mics, and then I met, like, the local community of stand-up comedians. I was like, oh, like, these are all people that more, obviously there's some political things that get added into the equation, but there are all people here that, like, kind of think the way I do. They're all trying to get to the same place. Like, maybe I could go be a stand-up comedian too. Maybe I could go ahead and do that. And then, honestly, after Zach put me on his Zach Abeda and Friends, the one that you and I did,
I remember that one.
After he put me on that, and I crushed that fucking show more than I probably should have, because I was like, what the I'm reviewing the footage now, like, how did that do that well?
Yeah. I do that every time I go up.
Yeah, but, like, after seeing that, I was like, yo, I'm, like, 6 or 7 months into stand-up comedy, and I just did that.
Yep.
Maybe
Maybe this could be a fucking thing. That's kind of crazy. And then just like there's a lot of positive affirmation that came through it, and I've figured out that there, buried deep down somewhere, there is a very strong ego that's waiting to come out, and I'm hoping that it doesn't anytime soon. But like, there's an ego there, and I'm just honestly, I say this a lot. Like, I'm happy to be invited to the dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm happy. Like, the fact, like, when Zach took me on the road with you a couple weeks ago, and then this thing coming up in San Angelo, like, this, like, there's a whole world out there. And then, and what I think, so it was the Zach show, I'll end it here. It's the Zach show, and then when I went out to Austin, and I saw, like, this new mecca for comedy, and a lot of that is because of Maverick. Like, Maverick literally just, he might as well have took me by my hand and was like, this is the mothership. This is the creek. This is this. And he just showed me all of these cool things. I met a ton of cool people that were all nice to me. Now, granted, it's because he introduced me to them, but like after a couple minutes of talking, they're like, oh, hey, he's pretty cool. We're going to talk to him now.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, what Sarah said about you meet somebody who's like a couple steps removed. I kicked it with Hinchcliffe's feature. A little bit. And then I kicked it with people who worked with Theo Vaughn, people who worked with Adam Ray and all that kind of shit, right? So it's like, the moment that these people that I had looked up to, because I'd seen them on Kill Tony or I'd seen them on the Mothership, when they found out I was a comedian and I had a vouch from this guy, and they're like, oh, hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
You became part of that community.
Yeah, that it's like, oh, there's a real community. And it unlocked that like ape, caveman, monkey brain that was like, community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
fire.
And we're all telling dick jokes. So it's just
exactly.
It's a real beautiful thing. And then again, just like I haven't done a ton of drugs. but like I've had some massive highs on mushrooms, like some really great things I never thought I would top. But there have been moments on stage where I just crush, and it's like, wow.
Like nothing compares.
Like if I could take that into a bottle and inject it every night, that would be fucking.
Yeah.
You know
I think
what
it's
I
called
mean?
heroin.
Yeah, maybe.
No, just kidding.
Same feeling.
Yeah.
All right, listen, everybody. This has been a great fucking podcast. All
this
you
was fun
guys,
as
Jake, thank you for coming through and producing for us.
Got you.
Cardo, AJ, thank you for coming through. We got to
Thanks
do
a
this
lot for having
again.
us. Yeah, for sure, man. We
This is
gotta
a
do
fucking
again.
blast. Before we get out of here, everybody, we'll start with Cardo and go to Jake. Plug your social medias. Where can everybody find you?
Cardo Mad on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever the fuck they call it now. Just basically, you can find me by CardoMadd.
Let's see, you can find me AJDeLeonComedy.com. You can go to Budweiser Poppy on Instagram, and don't forget to come out to the block on Tuesday out in Rio Rancho.
Oh, yeah, plug
22nd.
dates. Before you get the
Oh,
camera off
that's
them,
right.
Jake, do you have any
Yeah.
dates coming up?
I'll be on the block on the 29th.
Yep.
Right?
29th.
Got some Don't Tell stuff coming up. So
Sweet.
So I got Turtle Mountain Brewery in Rio Rancho on Saturday.
Great room.
I got the block on Tuesday the 22nd. I have Safe House on Friday the 25th. San Angelo with Polar Bear Saturday the 26th, and then we'll end the month out at the block on the 29th.
Fuck yeah. And then if you want to turn that mic or that camera to Jake real quick. Jake, where can they find you on social media? Do you have dates coming up?
Jake Otero Comedy.
Into the mic. Into the mic.
I have a Don't Tell on
Into the mic.
1020. Oh. I have shit to plug, but all I want you guys to do is just go to Don't Tell Comedy. We have a Don't Tell. It's where we throw up shows in like random locations and shit. And this one's going to be really cool. It is on October 25th. Make sure you get those tickets. Don't Tells always sell out. So
Always.
always, yeah.
Literally,
it's a
they
fun
all
show. Get
sell
to a
out.
Don't
Yeah.
Tell show, man. That's a
Get to
fun
those.
show.
Those are fucking awesome. And then, go see these guys. Those block shows. We just did one yesterday. It was fucking amazing.
Yep.
And that's it. And then,
Sweet. And then, so the block, like they just said a couple times, the 22nd, 29th of October. Those are fucking killer shows. It's up in Bernalillo, so if you're in Rio Rancho listening, I know a lot of you motherfuckers are, because you're always telling me when are you coming up to Rio Rancho. Yeah. The 22nd and the 29th in Bernalillo at the block. They are amazing shows. It's a great venue, amazing food. The whole setup's amazing. 22nd, 29th at 8 p.m. We've got that going on. And then on the 25th, I'm hosting AJ's show at Safe House Distillery. Shout out to Safe House. You guys have been awesome to us. That's going to be great. Chuck Parker's headlining. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I got that San Angelo thing. Maybe I'll get a spot. Maybe I won't, but it'll be a fun time either way.
It's always worth the trip.
And then, fun for the trip. And then on November 8th and 9th, I will be at Casadas opening and hosting for Caroline Ray.
Congratulations.
Yeah. At 7:30 and 9 p.m., right? That's the deal, right?
7:30 and 9.
Yeah, 7:30 and 9.
7 p.m. and 9.
Yeah, 7 p.m. and 9. I always mix that up.
Yeah.
7 p.m. and 9:30.
Friday
That
and Saturday.
shit, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, that shit's going to fucking sell out. So buy tickets now. It's going to sell out. It's going to be a killer fucking show. And then this Saturday, actually, the 18th and 19th this Saturday at 6 p.m., I will be doing Richard Wolfson's show at
shit.
the Little Bird Gallery.
At the retirement home?
I'm actually kind of excited for that because I've never
Keeps
done.
asking me, dude. I feel bad.
I'm very interested. Josh has told me cool things about it. I'm very excited. And then next week, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, we will be doing episode 200 here live in studio. Joey will be here. David will be here. And the very much requested Springer, he'll be back. That fucking psycho. We'll be doing episode 200 live. I believe it's 6:30 at the same time. So thank you everyone for listening and watching. Thank you guys again for
thanks for
coming
tuning
in.
everyone.
And we will see you all next time. Bye,
Peace,
everybody.
everybody.
And stream
Hell yeah.
stream audio off.